I see you in the quiet moments when no one else is watching. I see how your heart wrestles with questions, how you try to silence your fears while carrying the weight of uncertainty. You glance into the future as if squinting into a fog, searching for signs, for clarity, for something that assures you everything is going to be okay. And when no answer seems to come, when the silence lingers longer than you expected, you start to wonder if perhaps there is no plan at all. But before that thought takes root, I draw near to you. I bring my presence. I bring peace. I bring truth. Yes, there is a plan. It is mine, and it is good. I'm not surprised by your fear. I knew it before it ever surfaced in your heart. What you see as confusion, I see as construction. What you call delay, I call development. You are not lost. You are being shaped. Before I reveal what's ahead, I work within you. The anxiety you feel about what's coming next is not a sign of weakness. It is the cry of a soul longing for stability, for assurance, for guidance. And I am all of those things. I am your stability. I am your assurance. I am your guide. You've been trying to carry a burden I never asked you to bear. The need to predict, to plan, to guarantee outcomes. That is not your assignment. Your role is not to orchestrate the future, but to trust me with it. And trust is not a blind leap. It's a grounded decision to rest in who I am. I am faithful. I am unchanging. I am good. Even when the clock ticks loud and nothing seems to move, even when every door appears to be shut, even when your plans fall apart, I'm still building something beautiful beneath it all. My purpose for you cannot be revoked. You've looked for so many confirmations, so many visible signs, as if the lack of evidence were proof of my absence. But let me assure you, I am always at work. My movements are not always seen, but they are never idle. Just because the soil looks dry doesn't mean there are no roots growing beneath it. What seems still to you may be the sacred place where I am forming depth, resilience, and character that will anchor you in the days ahead. I grow you where no one else is watching. You want to know why you feel so restless? It's because your soul wasn't made to live in fear of the unknown. It was made to walk in fellowship with me. And when you begin to shift your trust from me to your own understanding, anxiety rises. You fill your schedule, you push forward, you keep trying to earn peace through performance. But I never called you to perform. I called you to be with me. I am not impressed by your accomplishments. I'm moved by your surrender. I want your heart. And when I have it, peace flows. Not because you have all the answers, but because you know the one who does. You wonder if you've made too many mistakes, missed too many signs, if somehow the future you long for is no longer possible. But hear me now, you are not off track. Nothing you've done can override what I am able to redeem. If you will give me your yes today, I will show you that my plan remains, and it is filled with hope. I am the restorer of broken paths, the redeemer of lost time, the God who can take even your detours and turn them into bridges to destiny. I am not limited by time. What you call a delay, I call preparation. While you're waiting, I'm aligning. I'm healing what you can't see, moving hearts you've never met, opening doors you didn't even know existed. I'm not slow. I am intentional. When the moment comes, it will unfold faster and more powerfully than you ever imagined. And you'll see then that every second of waiting was not wasted. Every tear watered something sacred. Every silent prayer shaped what is now being born. You don't need to prove yourself worthy of my plans. I chose you long before you ever knew my name. My plans aren't reserved for those who have it all together. They are for those who will dare to believe that I am enough. And I am. I am more than enough for you. Even if you've failed, even if you've fallen, even if you feel like you're too far gone, I'm still here. I never left. My calling hasn't changed. My love hasn't wavered. I see the beauty of what's coming for you and I smile, not because it will be easy, but because I will be with you in every step. What you fear will never be greater than the grace I will give you to overcome it. I open rivers in wastelands, light in deep valleys, and joy in the middle of the storm. I will do that for you again. I always do. So breathe. Release your grip on the future. Look up. I am here. I am your God. And my plans for your future are more certain than the ground you stand on. They are not fragile. They are not vague. They are not temporary. They are eternal, deliberate, and full of my love for you. Trust me. When you take my hand, no fear can stop you. No detour can delay you. And no shadow can hide you from the purpose I have prepared. You've carried expectations in your heart. Expectations of where you thought you would be by now, of what you hoped would already have unfolded. And when life doesn't align with those internal timelines, disappointment creeps in like an unwelcome guest. You start to wonder if you misunderstood me, if perhaps you misheard my voice, or worse, if I've changed my mind about you. But I haven't. I do not operate within the limited scope of your timing. I move within the realm of eternity, and my promises are not shaken by the ticking of clocks or the passage of days. What I have begun in you, I will complete, not one moment too early and never one moment too late. I want to set your heart free from the pressure to constantly measure progress by human standards. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right on schedule with me, because I am less concerned with speed and more focused on depth. I do not rush growth. I do not accelerate maturity just to meet your expectations. Instead, I establish foundations so strong that what I build in your life will not collapse under pressure. You are not a project to be completed. You are a masterpiece in process. And every moment, every silent prayer, every tear, every pause is part of what I'm weaving into something unshakably beautiful. Sometimes the delay is not a denial, but a divine pause. A moment designed to recalibrate your heart, to free you from things that would have harmed you had I answered too soon. You've asked me to open doors, and I will. But not all doors lead to blessing. Some lead to burdens you were never meant to carry. And in my love, I say no, not to withhold joy, but to protect you from pain. You may not understand it now, but one day you will look back and thank me for every time I withheld what you thought you wanted in order to give you what you truly needed. You see only the surface of your life, but I see the entire landscape. I know what is ahead, around the bend, beyond the corner. I see who is being formed in you. I see the strength growing in secret, the wisdom being born from experience, the depth of character rising out of perseverance. And I smile, not because the path is easy, but because the destination is worth every step. You may feel like you're in a wilderness now, but this wilderness is not a punishment. It is a place of preparation. Just as I led others through seasons of quiet before their time came, I am leading you, not away from promise, but directly into it. You ask me for clarity, for signs, for a roadmap. But clarity is not your compass. Faith is. I am not raising you to be dependent on perfect understanding. I am teaching you to walk by trust, to lean not on what is obvious, but on what is eternal. My voice is still speaking, even when it seems quiet. My hand is still moving, even when it's unseen. And my love for you remains unwavering, even when your circumstances feel unstable. Hold fast to what you know of me. Let it anchor you when all else feels adrift. I know it feels like everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck, but comparison is a thief. It steals your peace, your joy, and your ability to see how unique your journey truly is. I never meant for your life to mirror someone else's. I designed your path with intention, with divine creativity. There are treasures I am placing specifically in your story that no one else will discover, simply because they weren't meant to walk where you walk. Do not despise your pace. Do not mourn the shape of your process. Celebrate that I am with you every inch of the way. Your future is not a riddle to be solved. It is a gift to be received, and it unfolds as you walk with me, not ahead of me, not dragging behind, but beside me. I long to walk in step with you. I don't just want to show you the destination. I want to journey with you through every twist and turn. Because while you may be fixated on what's next, I am focused on who you're becoming along the way. And to me, that is the real miracle. Not just where you're going, but how you're growing. So let your heart rest. Loosen your grip on your plans and give me space to unfold mine. Don't rush what I am not rushing. Don't force what I am gently shaping. Every season has a purpose, and this one, though quiet, though hidden, is doing more within you than you realize. Trust me with your timeline. Trust me with your process. Trust that I am not done with you, not even close. I'm working while you wait. I'm healing what you haven't even recognized as broken. I'm stirring up hope again in places you thought were closed off forever. And in the fullness of time, you will see that not a single second of this was wasted. I am preparing you for something weighty, something holy, something beautiful. And when it comes, it will be worth every tear, every question, every prayer whispered in the dark. I know how easily doubt can seep into your heart when things don't unfold the way you imagined. You hear others speak of purpose, of destiny, of calling, and deep down, you wonder if you were somehow overlooked. You question if maybe I passed you by, if perhaps I'm using others but not you. But let me assure you again, nothing about you is forgotten. Not one detail, not one desire, not one dream has slipped through my fingers. I'm not building something average in you. I'm building something eternal. And eternal things often begin in quiet, hidden places. You were never called to blend in. That's why your journey feels different. While others may seem to sprint ahead, I've held you back, not to punish you, but to prepare you. What I place within you needs roots, not just branches. I'm forming depth. I'm forming weight. You may feel unseen, but you're not unwanted. You're in the palm of my hand, and that is the most secure place you could ever be. Stop interpreting delay as dismissal. It is not. It's a sacred pause where I pour strength into your foundation so that when the time comes, you can carry the fullness of what I have planned. There is power in knowing who you are to me. You are not just another life among billions. You are my beloved, my creation, my delight. The world may not always reflect that back to you, but I do. Every day, in the smallest moments, I affirm your worth. Not by your performance or your achievements, but by the unshakable truth that I made you with love and called you by name. I want you to live from that identity, not striving to become someone, but resting in the fact that you already are someone. Someone chosen, someone known, someone loved. I have not asked you to figure out your future. I've asked you to stay close to me. You don't need to force open doors. You don't need to hustle your way into purpose. I open what no one can shut, and I shut what no one can open. My timing is perfect, even when it disrupts your own. When I say wait, it's never to withhold. It's to refine. And when I say go, you will know. It will not be filled with confusion. It will carry peace. You won't have to strive. You'll simply step into what I've already made ready. I know how the silence can feel like abandonment. But silence is not absence. When you don't hear me clearly, it's not because I'm far away. It's because I'm inviting you to trust deeper. Faith grows in the quiet. It stretches in the unknown. When everything feels uncertain, that is where faith becomes more than just a concept. It becomes your anchor. So even when the path ahead is foggy, you are not lost. You are held. You are seen. You are being led. You long for clarity, and that is human. But if I showed you everything at once, it would overwhelm you. You were not meant to carry the weight of the full picture. You were created to walk with me one step at a time. That is how intimacy is built. That is how trust is formed. And that is how you begin to hear me, not just in thunderous revelations, but in the quiet whisper that says, I am with you. Keep going. There is no need to compare your story with anyone else's. What I am doing in you is tailored, deliberate, sacred. You were never meant to replicate someone else's calling. You were meant to walk in yours. Stop looking to the left and to the right. Fix your eyes on me. I will show you the way. I will unfold your steps. You don't need to chase destiny. You need only to follow me. And as you do, you will discover that your life begins to bloom in places you never expected. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for proximity. I want your heart near mine. I want your surrender, not your performance. I want you to bring me the real you, not the polished version, not the version you think I want, but the raw, honest you. Because it is in your authenticity that I do my deepest work. I cannot heal what you hide, but when you bring me your fear, your disappointment, your confusion, I meet you there and I whisper again, I'm not finished. Trust me. So lean into me today, not just with your mind, but with your whole heart. I am not the God of distant promises. I am the God of present comfort, the God who walks with you, who sings over you, who knows every hair on your head. I will not lead you somewhere I have not already prepared. Your future is secure, not because you know what will happen, but because you know me, and I am trustworthy, always. There are moments when the fear of failure whispers louder than my promises. You worry that if you step forward in faith, you might fall, that if you say yes to what you sense I'm calling you toward, it could all unravel. You question if you're strong enough, wise enough, ready enough. But I never chose you because of your qualifications. I called you because of your heart. I called you because I see the potential in you that you often overlook. I called you because I know what I placed inside you when I formed you, long before you ever took your first breath. You were made for more than surviving. You were made to walk with me in courage, purpose, and trust. Failure does not disqualify you. Mistakes do not cancel the future I have planned. What others may use to define your worth, I do not. I look not at your past, but at the redemption I've written over it. When you come to me with your weakness, I meet you with grace. When you bring me your fears, I exchange them for strength. I have never asked you to be perfect. I have asked you to be willing. And when you give me your yes, even trembling, even unsure, I pour into you all that you need for what's ahead. There's a narrative in this world that says you must have it all figured out to begin, that only those with certainty, strategy, and confidence can step into something new. But I tell you, the beginning is not reserved for the prepared. It's reserved for the brave. And bravery doesn't mean you don't feel fear. It means you trust me more than you trust your fear. I honor that. I bless that. When I see even the smallest step of obedience, I move mountains to meet you. You think that risk is dangerous, but the greater danger is staying stuck in fear. I do not ask you to leap without me. I call you into things I have already gone ahead to prepare. I do not push you toward cliffs. I walk you through open gates, and those gates might lead through valleys or across rivers, but I am there in all of it. My presence is your provision. My peace is your confirmation. My voice is your compass. When Peter stepped out of the boat, it wasn't because he had mastered the water. It was because he trusted me enough to take the first step. He walked not on the strength of his own faith, but on the strength of my word. And when he faltered, I was there with an outstretched hand, not condemnation, not shame, just love. That is how I treat your steps too. I see your boldness, your desire to follow, even when the waves are high. And I reach out to hold you, to steady you, to remind you. You are not walking alone. Let go of the need to be certain before you move. Certainty is not your foundation. My faithfulness is. You don't need to predict the outcome to know it will be good, because I am good. I have always been. Even when the path winds and bends, even when you feel like you're walking in circles, I am guiding every step. Nothing is wasted. Not your detours, not your delays, not your doubts. I use it all. This world rewards speed and success, but I honor faithfulness. I see the quiet moments of trust, the times you choose to hope again when it would be easier to give up. I see the resilience that grows in you when you keep showing up. In prayer, in stillness, in surrender. Heaven celebrates not just the victories the world applauds, but the private, hidden choices to believe me when nothing makes sense. Those moments are powerful. They are sacred, and I delight in them. You are not a burden to me. You are not too much, too complicated, or too broken. You are mine. And I love walking with you, teaching you, lifting you when you fall. I am not disappointed in your struggle. I am proud of your fight. Every step you take, even with trembling legs, is an act of worship when you choose to trust me through it. I see your tears, and I gather them. I see your sighs, and I answer them with my presence. I want to remind you again, my plans for your future are not fragile. They are not easily broken. They are not swayed by your emotions or stopped by your setbacks. I crafted them with wisdom, with eternity in mind, with more love than you can imagine. I am not improvising. I am not adjusting based on your failures. I have accounted for it all. And still, the ending I've prepared is good. So release the fear of missing it. You haven't missed anything I've meant for you. You're not late. You're not lost. You're learning how to walk in step with me. And I am proud of you for staying in the journey, for choosing trust again, for believing, sometimes with nothing but a whisper, that I am still working. I am. I always will be. There are seasons where the silence feels unbearable, and the stillness echoes like an unanswered cry in your heart. You pray, you wait, and nothing seems to move. It's in these moments you start to ask yourself, have I been forgotten? But let me speak gently and firmly to your soul. I have not forgotten you. I have not looked away, not even for a moment. My silence is not absence. My stillness is not neglect. I am closer to you in the silence than you realize. I am working in ways beyond what you can see. Just because I am quiet does not mean I am not active. I am always doing more than you know, in places you cannot reach, through layers you cannot perceive. Trust that. You may feel as though your prayers are hitting a ceiling, as though your voice is fading into empty space, but I hear every word. I catch every tear. I interpret even the groans of your spirit that words cannot express. When you come to me in your most vulnerable moments, you are never ignored. You are cherished. I treasure every expression of your faith, no matter how small, no matter how weary it may feel. Faith that continues to believe in the waiting is faith that moves mountains. Do not mistake quiet seasons for abandonment. They are often sacred grounds where transformation occurs. It is here, in the quiet, that I am doing the deep work, strengthening your core, refining your desires, healing old wounds that still whisper lies to your heart. The stillness creates space for clarity. It slows the noise so you can hear my whisper. It stretches you so you can receive more. It peels away the unnecessary so that your life becomes a vessel for what truly matters. And when the time comes, you will realize the silence was not empty. It was full of preparation. I know how waiting can feel like punishment. You look around and see others advancing, growing, celebrating breakthroughs while you feel stalled, stuck, overlooked. You wonder if perhaps I love them more. But listen carefully, my love for you is not measured by speed or spectacle. It is measured by the cross, by the blood I shed, by the empty tomb. That love is unwavering, boundless, and completely yours. I withhold nothing good from you, and when I ask you to wait, it is not because you are disqualified. It is because I am doing something deeper, something custom-built for you. I don't give cookie-cutter blessings. I give divine appointments, tailored to your life, your heart, your purpose. Some answers come quickly because the lessons are simple, but you are asking for something greater, something lasting, something rooted in eternal purpose. And that kind of answer takes time. I am not just preparing what's coming. I am preparing you, and that work cannot be rushed. I am shaping your identity so that when you arrive at what you've been waiting for, you can carry it with grace, with wisdom, with faith that is not easily shaken. I'm building a version of you that doesn't just survive blessing, but sustains it. There's a deep fear within you that if you trust me fully, you might be disappointed. That if you release control, I won't come through in the way you hoped. That's because your trust has been broken before, by people, by outcomes, even by yourself. But I am not like them. I do not fail. I do not change. I do not lie. And I do not forget. My heart is pure. My intentions are flawless. My power is limitless. And my plan for you is born from perfect love. If you could see what I see, you would not be afraid. If you could glimpse just a fraction of the good I've planned, you would rest. That's why I ask you to trust me even when it doesn't make sense. Because I see the whole picture. You long for a sign, a word, a breakthrough, and I will give you those things. But first, I give you me. My presence is your portion. My nearness is your gift. If you miss everything else but find me, you found everything. Because when you walk with me, peace becomes your companion and joy springs up even in barren places. And when the answers finally come, they will not be your reward. I will be. I will always be enough for you. Do not be discouraged by the apparent lack of movement. What feels like delay is often my hand rearranging things behind the scenes. I go before you. I clear paths. I soften hearts. I align circumstances so that when you arrive at the door, it opens easily, because I already turned the key. You will not have to force your way into your future. You will walk into it with confidence, knowing it was crafted just for you by hands that know no mistake. So keep trusting, keep walking, keep praying even when it feels hard. Every time you choose faith over fear, you draw nearer to me. Every time you choose patience over panic, you align more deeply with my heart. You're not waiting in vain. You're being held, transformed, and led into something greater than you imagined. There is a deep ache that surfaces when the future feels distant, when the things you've hoped for seem to slip further from your grasp with each passing day. Sometimes it's not just the fear of the unknown, it's the grief of what hasn't yet come to pass. You carry dreams that feel delayed, promises that seem distant, prayers that linger unanswered. And though you try to stay strong, there are moments when your soul whispers, "What if it never happens?" Let me step into that vulnerable place. Let me wrap my presence around the ache and speak to you what is true. Nothing I have spoken over your life is void. My word does not return empty. It always fulfills what I send it out to do. I want you to see that I am not simply planning your future. I am healing you in the process. I know how the waiting can open old wounds, how disappointment can make hope feel like a risk. But I have not called you to hope in outcomes. I have called you to hope in me, and I will never fail you. My faithfulness is not a concept. It is a reality that surrounds you daily, even when your feelings falter. I understand the tears you try to hold back, the frustration you try to silence. None of it is hidden from me. I do not look at your weariness with frustration. I look at it with compassion. I know what this journey has cost you, and I am proud of you for staying, for believing, for trying again when it would have been easier to give up. You've told yourself you should be further along by now, that you should be stronger, more confident, more successful. But I'm not measuring your life by human timelines. I'm measuring it by eternal fruit. And the fruit of trust, of perseverance, of surrender, that is what transforms you. That is what prepares you. That is what makes you ready for the weight of the future I've prepared. You are not behind. You are being refined. You are not late. You are aligned with a rhythm that is higher than the clocks you see around you. The enemy wants you to believe that delay means denial, that stillness means you've been passed over. But those are lies, and I speak truth over you now. I am not withholding. I am investing. I am pouring into the foundation. I am reinforcing what's underneath, so that when the fulfillment comes, it won't crush you. It will carry you. You will not just survive what's next. You will thrive in it. And you will know without a doubt that it was me who brought you there. You've looked around and seen others step into their season of promise, and sometimes it stings. Not because you're not happy for them, but because it reminds you of what your heart still longs for. I see that. I understand it. And I want you to bring that to me, not hide it. I am not threatened by your emotions. I don't dismiss your sadness. I sit with you in it, and I speak peace into the storm inside your heart. Your time is coming, not as a reward for being strong enough, but because I have declared it. I do not tease you with dreams I never intend to fulfill. If I planted it in your spirit, it was for a purpose, and I will water it until the day it blooms. You're not overlooked. You're not invisible to me. Every detail of your life matters. Every day you rise and choose to trust, even in the smallest way, it is seen. You are sowing seeds of faith, and I promise you, those seeds will bear fruit. The harvest may seem slow, but it will come. Not one seed will be wasted. I am a God of the full circle, of redemption, of perfect timing. And what I start, I always finish. Let me also remind you of this. Your future is not only about what you do, it's about who you become. And in this moment, you're becoming someone who knows me more deeply, someone who carries peace that passes understanding, someone who walks with unshakable faith. You are learning the strength of stillness, the power of waiting, the courage of quiet hope. These are not small things. These are eternal strengths that will carry you into every future I've written. Do not be afraid of the unknown anymore. I am already there. I'm standing in your tomorrow with open arms, waiting for you to arrive. And when you do, you'll look back and see that every step, even the painful ones, brought you closer to who I created you to be. You will see that my plan was not just good in the end. It was good all the way through, even in the shadows, even in the waiting, even in the tears. So lift your eyes. Let your heart breathe again. You are not on the edge of loss. You're on the edge of fulfillment. And though it tarries, wait for it will surely come. I am faithful. I am for you. I am with you, and I am writing a future so full of goodness you will scarcely believe it when it comes. There's a quiet war that often wages in your heart, a battle between what you feel and what you believe. You know I am good, but when the waiting stretches long, your feelings start to question what your faith once stood firm on. I do not condemn you for this. I see how hard it is to hold on to invisible promises while the world screams for visible results. I know the ache of longing, the weight of questions that rise in the night, the hidden exhaustion of hoping day after day. Let me meet you there, not with judgment, but with mercy, not with more pressure, but with my peace. I am not a distant God watching from afar. I am the one who kneels beside you in the dust of your wondering and lifts your chin with kindness. You've grown tired of trying to hold everything together. You've whispered, God, if you have a plan, why does it feel like I'm unraveling? But what you see as unraveling is often the sacred undoing of what was never meant to stay. I let some things fall apart, not to harm you, but to make space for what is true, what is lasting, what is of me. Not every closed door is a punishment. Sometimes it's a protection. Sometimes it's an invitation to release what you've clung to so tightly so that you can receive what you truly need. I will never ask you to let go of something unless I have something better prepared, and I never take without restoring more than you imagined. There are days when your thoughts feel like a storm, when what if questions swirl through your mind and drown out the peace I've placed in your spirit. In those moments, don't try to silence them on your own. Bring them to me. Lay each one at my feet. I am not overwhelmed by your uncertainty. I am not discouraged by your doubt. My love for you is not threatened by your questions. I am the answer. I am the one who holds the end from the beginning. And when you rest in me, you'll begin to see that many of the questions you carry are not burdens you're meant to solve, but weights you're meant to surrender. Your heart has become weary from trying to be strong for too long. But I never asked you to be strong alone. I am your strength. I do not ask you to perform strength. I offer you my own. In your weakness, I'm present. In your fatigue, I remain faithful. Come to me exactly as you are. I will not turn you away. I will not demand perfection from a heart that is simply trying to trust. I honor your effort. I see the way you get up again, how you whisper prayers even when you don't know what to say. That is not weakness. That is courage wrapped in surrender. Let me remind you, I am the God of the process, not just the God of outcomes or breakthroughs. I am with you in the slow, silent shaping of your soul. I am just as present in the middle as I am in the miracle. And right now, in this very moment, I am working within you something eternal. You may feel like you're in a holding pattern, circling the same hopes, asking the same questions. But I am moving. Quietly, faithfully, patiently, and when the time is right, you will see the full picture and it will take your breath away. You're learning to recognize my voice, not in the thunder, but in the whisper, not in the rush, but in the stillness. This is the kind of intimacy that only develops when everything else is stripped away. It's not something that can be rushed. What I am building in you is not a temporary peace, but an enduring confidence that no circumstance can shake. This kind of faith will not just carry you through one season. It will sustain you for a lifetime. So many times you've wondered if it's worth it, if trusting me in the dark, choosing obedience when no one sees, staying faithful in the unknown, actually matters. And I tell you now, yes, it matters more than you know. Every act of trust, every surrender, every tear, and every yes adds weight to your foundation. You are becoming a pillar, unshaken, grounded, deeply rooted in me. This is not a setback. This is the deepening of your soul. Do not let temporary emotions define eternal truths. You're not hopeless. You're not forgotten. You're not stuck. You're on the verge of something sacred. The pressure you feel is not the end. It's the beginning of breakthrough. The tension is not a sign of absence. It's a sign of my closeness, my hand pressing into your life to shape, to guide, to prepare. If you could only see what I see coming for you, your heart would soar. If you could hear the songs I sing over you in the night, the way I rejoice over your journey, even now, your tears would turn to joy. Because I know how this ends. I know where this path leads. And it is beautiful. You are not walking into chaos. You are walking into calling. You are not moving toward despair. You are moving toward destiny. You've carried burdens that were never yours to bear, believing that if you just tried harder, prayed louder, or worked longer, you could somehow unlock the future I've promised. But I never designed your purpose to be earned through striving. It is received through surrender. My plan for you is not a prize to chase. It's a gift to embrace. I know how difficult it can be to trust when you've been conditioned to earn everything, to fix everything, to hold everything together. But my ways are not your ways. Where the world says you must fight for every inch, I say rest in me, and I will carry you forward. I'm not asking you to figure out how everything will unfold. I'm asking you to trust that I already have. I know how each thread is woven, how each detour finds its place, how each setback becomes a setup. I'm not confused about your future. I'm not scrambling to put things in order. I've already authored the days ahead with care, compassion, and perfect foresight. You are not moving toward uncertainty. You're walking in the wake of my wisdom. Let go of the illusion that you must control every outcome. Control is a heavy burden, and I did not create you to carry it. I created you to walk hand in hand with me, step by step, breath by breath. There's a gentleness I want to introduce into your journey, a rhythm of grace, not of rush. I am not in a hurry, even when you feel behind. The world may push you to perform, to produce, to prove, but I invite you to come and abide, to live out of a place of connection with me, where peace replaces pressure and faith replaces fear. You do not need to hurry into purpose. Purpose flows from presence. When you dwell with me, fruit comes in its season. It cannot be forced, it cannot be manufactured. It grows when it's rooted in love, watered by trust, and nourished by my voice. And when you feel weary from the weight of expectation, your own or others, bring that weight to me. I never asked you to carry it alone. You were never meant to be your own source of strength. I know how heavy the dreams can feel, how daunting the future appears when you believe you must carry the fullness of it on your shoulders. But your job is not to make the dream happen. It is to follow me as I make it unfold. What you think is yours to hold, I'm actually inviting you to place back into my hands. I am not intimidated by your questions. I welcome them. Bring me your uncertainty, your hesitation, your doubt. I will not push you away. I do not demand perfect faith to reveal my perfect plan. Even a mustard seed is enough. Even a whisper of trust opens the door. And as you walk with me, that trust will grow. It will mature. It will deepen. Not because everything makes sense, but because you know me more than you know the outcome. When you reflect on your past, you may see a series of detours, mistakes, and disappointments, but I see redemption written into every line. I see resilience where you see regret. I see lessons that have shaped you for what's next, even when you didn't realize it. Nothing has been wasted. Not your tears, not your waiting, not even the seasons that felt like failure. I have used them all, like a master artist blending shadow and light into something breathtaking. And you, yes you, are part of that masterpiece. I long for you to live free, free from fear, from pressure, from comparison, free from the lies that say your value is tied to your performance or your pace. You are already loved, already chosen, already walking in favor simply because you are mine. You don't have to earn a future that has already been promised. You only need to walk in it with eyes on me and a heart that trusts. And when you stumble, and you will, I will not shame you. I will lift you. I will steady you. I will whisper again, keep going. I am with you. There is a peace I offer that defies logic, a peace that doesn't erase the chaos around you, but anchors you in the middle of it. This is the peace that will guard your heart as you wait, as you walk, as you believe again. And when that peace settles deep in your bones, fear loses its grip. Because suddenly you're no longer trying to predict the future. You're abiding in the one who holds it. You're not walking alone, you never have. Even in the moments where you felt abandoned, I was there, carrying you when you couldn't move, shielding you when you didn't see the danger, speaking life over you while you slept. My love is not seasonal. It is constant. It does not come and go based on your performance or mood. It remains. And it will remain as I guide you into everything I've prepared. You are on holy ground, even now. Now breathe, beloved. You've walked with me through the quiet, the storm, the ache, and the waiting. And here, as you approach the edge of what's next, I want you to look not with fear, but with wonder. Because what I've been building in secret will not remain hidden forever. What I've whispered to your heart will soon be echoed in the life you live. You have not hoped in vain. You have not trusted in me for nothing. Every unseen act of faith, every quiet surrender, every moment you chose to believe in the darkness, I saw it, and I have honored it. The seeds you've sown in tears will rise in joy. The path that felt like wilderness is about to break into bloom. I'm not only redeeming your story, I'm revealing it. I'm bringing clarity to what once felt clouded, strength to what once felt shaken. And no, it won't look exactly like you imagined. It will look better. Because what I prepare is never limited to what you can envision. I prepare beyond, above, and through what your heart can hold. And I do it not to impress you, but to show you that I am who I say I am, faithful, loving, generous, intentional, unshakable. This is not just about bringing you to a place of fulfillment. This is about drawing you into deeper union with me. Because the future I've planned has always been rooted in relationship. You've asked me, why so long? Why so hard? And I've held you while you waited. But now I whisper this. You were not just waiting for a change in circumstances. You were waiting to become the one who could walk in what I've promised. The transformation was necessary. The breaking had purpose. The refining bore fruit. And now you carry something that time cannot erode. Trust, forged in truth. You no longer simply believe in what I can do. You believe in who I am. That kind of faith is not shaken by storms. It sings through them. You're entering a season where my promises begin to unfold with greater visibility. You'll recognize doors opening, connections aligning, clarity coming with ease where once there was confusion. Not because it suddenly became easy, but because you allowed me to lead. You released control. You trusted even when it cost you comfort. And now you will see what I can do with a life yielded, not perfect, but willing. That willingness has made way for heaven to touch earth in your story. But even as things begin to shift, keep your eyes on me, not on the outcomes. Let my presence continue to be your pursuit, because even when the blessing comes, your soul will still need me more than anything else. I'm not just the author of your breakthrough, I'm your sustainer in it. I'm your peace when success feels overwhelming, your anchor when new doors bring new challenges. And I will walk with you in this next chapter, just as I have in every one before. You may feel anticipation rising, and that is good. Let hope rise. Let your spirit open wide to believe again. This is not naive optimism. It is divine confidence. It is the assurance that the God who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it. It is the joy of a heart that has learned that my delays are not denials, but designs. You have not missed anything. Nothing you need for your destiny has passed you by. It is all arriving on time, shaped by hands that never make mistakes. Even now, I'm drawing people into your life who carry pieces of the next season. I'm opening spaces for your voice, your gifts, your presence. I'm aligning assignments with the passions I placed in your heart. And I'm doing it all while guarding your soul, while continuing to shape your character, while pouring wisdom into your spirit. Because I don't simply want you to get there, I want you to flourish when you do. So take this moment. Let your soul acknowledge how far you've come, not just in circumstances, but in trust, in maturity, in intimacy with me. Let your heart thank me, not because everything is perfect, but because you're held by the one who is. I have never let you go, not once. Not in the nights you cried alone, not in the days you questioned your worth, not in the moments you almost gave up. I was there, and I still am. The plans I have for your future are not behind glass, waiting for you to earn access. They are unfolding now, with every yes, with every step, with every breath that chooses faith again. You're living in the in-between, but that space is sacred. Because I am here, I am enough, and I am not done. Come closer, child. Let me whisper into the deepest part of your soul where the questions still live and the fears still linger. Let me speak peace to every place that has waited, wrestled, and wondered. You're not standing on the edge of the unknown. You're standing at the threshold of fulfillment. You're not bracing for disappointment. You're being prepared for abundance. Everything you've walked through, every valley, every silence, every detour, has brought you here. A place of quiet readiness. You may not feel ready, but your spirit knows. It's the readiness that doesn't depend on confidence in yourself, but trust in me. And that trust is enough. You are not the same as you once were. There is strength in you now that suffering could not destroy. There is clarity in you now that only comes from learning to walk in the dark. You no longer panic at the absence of signs because you've learned to listen for my voice. And it's that voice, steady, loving, and eternal, that will lead you forward. Not the voice of fear, not the echo of past mistakes, not the pressure of others' timelines. My voice. It has always been the true compass. You've spent so much time waiting for what's next, but now I invite you to live fully here. Here, where I am. Here, where your heart can breathe. Here, where peace is not postponed. Your future is not some far-off moment. It is wrapped in the unfolding of each day lived in communion with me. And as you abide with me, the doors will open. The path will be made clear. You won't need to force anything, prove anything, or chase anything. You'll simply follow my lead, and my goodness will follow you. There is no more striving in what comes next. Only surrender, only rest. Not passivity, but peace. The kind of peace that fuels bold steps. The kind that knows it is covered, carried, and crowned with favor. You are stepping into a new rhythm, not of rush, but of flow. Not of doubt, but of faith. You will move differently now, not because you have all the answers, but because you are anchored in the one who does. You will no longer fear missing out, because you know that what is meant for you will not pass you by. I hold it all. So open your hands. Release every fear, every expectation, every what if. Let your heart become light again. Let it dream. Let it hope. Let it rise with joy. Because I am not just bringing you into something new, I'm bringing newness into you. Joy you thought was lost, peace you thought was impossible, vision that had grown dim. I'm reviving what seemed gone. I'm restoring what was broken. I'm redeeming what felt wasted. You are not stepping into the future alone. I go before you. I walk beside you. I dwell within you. My spirit is your guide, your comfort, your strength. And where I lead you, you will lack nothing. Not provision, not clarity, not grace. Every need will be met, not by your striving, but by my supply. Every question will be answered in time, not by pressure, but by presence. I have written your days, and I will fulfill every promise in due time. So rise, beloved. Shake off the weight of doubt. Lift your eyes. The future is not something to fear, it is something to celebrate. For I am there, I have always been, and I am leading you into goodness, into purpose, into the beauty of everything I dreamed for you from the very beginning. This is not the end of the story. It's the unfolding of a chapter you were always meant to live. Trust in my plans. Not because they are easy, but because they are true. Not because you know every detail, but because you know me. And I will never fail you. I will never abandon you. I will never stop working for your good. Your future is held. Your heart is seen. Your life is precious. And your time is now. My beloved child, I see you in this very moment, carrying the weight of discouragement and wondering if there is enough strength within you to keep going. I speak to your heart and breathe life into your spirit, reminding you that you have not come this far to collapse or retreat. You stand on a path that I have carefully crafted for you, even through heartbreak and shattered dreams, even through the moments that felt like all hope was lost. I am the Lord your God, and I will not permit you to remain in defeat. I am reaching out with my mighty hand to lift you, to encourage you, and to show you that the end of one chapter does not mean the end of the story. I have spoken into your existence from the beginning of time, and my words never return empty. I made you with purpose, and no storm, no trial, no conflict can erase the divine destiny I have woven into your being. Even when you feel like giving up, know that my promise is to keep you standing when all else tries to knock you down. I am aware that worry sometimes clings to you, seeking to cloud your thoughts and weaken your resolve. Fear not, for I have given you a sound mind, a spirit of power, and a heart capable of unwavering faith. When the night seems darkest, remember that my light still shines and my voice still calls out. Do not lose hope. Open your heart to me and pour out every concern, every anxiety, every secret that burdens you. I already know the hidden corners of your mind. There is no judgment here, only the loving embrace of the one who formed you in the womb. I am fully acquainted with every tear you have shed in silence, every prayer you have whispered when no one else was listening. Today, I urge you to believe in the authority of my words, because through them, you will find the reassurance that surpasses human understanding. Speak to me in faith, even if that faith feels as small as a mustard seed. Your request is precious to me, and I respond to the cries that come straight from your heart. When you declare your dependency on me, you open a door of trust that no force can close. Let your words be shaped by hope and expectancy. Let your spirit rise in the knowledge that nothing can separate you from my immeasurable love. Surrender the pain that still echoes in your memories. The dreams you believed were forever dashed. Know that I delight in reviving the hopes that once seemed irretrievable. I move in ways beyond your understanding, turning failures into testimonies of triumphant grace. You will not remain stuck in the rubble of disappointment. You will stand again, not because of your own strength alone, but because I have promised to sustain you. I know you have asked me many times to take your hand and guide every step. Be reminded of the countless moments of grace that have already carried you through. Think back to the days when you were convinced there was no solution. Yet, I opened a path. Reflect on the nights you felt abandoned, yet my comfort descended upon you like a gentle whisper in the dark. In the same way, I am working right now, rearranging circumstances, placing people strategically in your life, and preparing miraculous breakthroughs you can't yet see. It is not in my nature to fail you, nor to forsake you. My steadfast love is the foundation upon which you stand, the bedrock that cannot be moved. Trust that I will reveal my goodness at precisely the right time, for my wisdom always orchestrates events in ways that astonish you. I see the longing for success within your heart. I see the sincerity of your devotion, the loyalty that causes you to cling to me even when doubts try to disrupt your peace. Your dreams are dear to me, and I have not forgotten them. When others try to discourage you or insist that you abandon your vision, remember that I am the one who plants holy ambition within the soul. I smile upon the aspirations that align with truth, goodness, and compassion. Keep your hopes alive. Breathe in. My promise that you will stand tall, that you will not be put to shame, that you will overcome every form of adversity. I go before you, leveling the mountains of opposition, so that in your weakness, my strength is displayed for all to see. Do not let the shadows of tomorrow intimidate you, for I have carefully prepared every detail of your future. I have set your feet on the road to blessing, where each challenge turns into an invitation to experience my power. Believe, and you will witness how nothing is too difficult for me. Even the most insurmountable obstacles become opportunities for triumph when you anchor your heart in faith. As you step forward, hold on to the firm promise that I am with you in every turn, every decision, every victory, and every valley. Let your confidence rest not in earthly guarantees, but in the unshakable reality of my presence. Let the blazing light of my truth guide you, as constant as the rising sun. You are never walking this path alone. You have me, your protector, your shield, your unwavering Father who delights in your success. In moments when your strength feels depleted, open yourself to the currents of my unfailing power. I have promised to be your refuge and your fortress. No adversity can conquer you when you stand firmly in my name. Even amidst storms, I remain your calm harbor, holding you close until the winds subside. When life's darkness threatens to overshadow your hope, my light will break through like dawn after the blackest night. Receive that light, let it permeate your heart, and chase away the doubts that torment your mind. Let your spirit rest in the sweet assurance that my word is alive, that every promise I have spoken stands unchanged. Be certain that I am the God who transforms tears into laughter and trials into testimonies. You will soon look back on the obstacles you once feared and marvel at how I turned them into stepping stones for your growth. You will rise like an eagle, soaring over the constraints that once held you down, and your spirit will discover new dimensions of peace and joy. Stand in my presence, for there you find the rest your soul has longed for. Each new day brings fresh blessings, each challenge an invitation to grow in grace, drawing you into deeper fellowship with me. Never underestimate the power of a single moment spent in communion with me. There, I plant seeds of courage and wisdom that will flourish when confronted with adversity. No giant is too large to be subdued by the power of my hand. No chain is too strong to resist the might of my deliverance. With me, everything is possible. I am your shield, protecting you from arrows seen and unseen. I equip you to stand against the forces of darkness, empowering you with spiritual authority to claim victory over destructive influences. In your most vulnerable hours, my strength lifts you up. In your darkest valleys, my glory shines brightest. Let this truth silence every voice of fear and remind you that my plans for you are bathed in hope, brimming with prosperity and overflowing with joy. Do not allow fleeting trials to blind you to the future I have designed. Keep your faith alive, because my purpose for you stands firm. Thank you for listening to these words that I speak to your soul. I see how your heart expands each time you receive my message. I delight in your willingness to be molded by truth. Prepare yourself, for you will soon witness miracles beyond your imagination. Do not let discouragement anchor you in doubt. For every obstacle placed on your path, I provide the impetus to overcome. Whether it is addictions, negative patterns, or destructive habits, I have already granted you the intelligence and strength to break free. Recognize this power within you, for my spirit resides in you, granting resilience and self-control. No longer must anger or fear rule your life. No longer should impulsive emotions dictate your choices. You are not a prisoner of your past or your weaknesses. You stand in my grace, clothed in my righteousness, ready to walk in liberty. Each morning arise declaring, I am of Jesus, I belong to God. He fills me with strength, and I shall lack nothing. Make these words your shield against the barrage of negativity that tries to infiltrate your mind. When you hear bad news or toxic people try to sow fear into your heart, respond with my promises. Turn your face toward my light, for even in sudden problems, my peace is unshakable. You have divine wisdom, a reservoir of power, and the spiritual authority to triumph over every circumstance. My grace equips you to leap over walls of difficulty, to defeat every foe that threatens your well-being, to conquer the destructive habits that once ensnared you. Open your heart to the dreams I placed within you. Dust off the ambitions that seem too lofty or too broken to pursue. I am breathing fresh hope into your soul at this very moment. You can face any circumstance with determination, because I stand beside you. Nothing is too large for us to handle together. My support is unwavering, my guidance sure. Rest in the knowledge that your Heavenly Father orchestrates all details for your good. Even when you cannot see the way out, trust that I am positioning you for a breakthrough. Your failures do not define you. They are stepping stones to the destiny I have ordained. Let your faith rise to claim the victories I place into your hands. Your appointed time approaches, and my blessing is unstoppable. Let not your heart be troubled by doors that have closed. A shut door is not an end, but a divine pivot leading you toward something far greater. Speak to me now, affirming that you believe in my capacity to restore and multiply what you have lost. When a door closes, do not fall into despair. Another, far grander door is on the verge of opening, and what awaits you is a goodness beyond your dreams. Forces might try to oppose your advancement in the spiritual realm, but they cannot stand against my power. I will bring the right people at the right time to offer wisdom and guidance when you need it most. I speak into your situation with a certainty that dissolves every doubt. You will overcome. Though difficulties may line up in front of you, they will crumble as I display my glory. I am the God who can deliver you in an instant, but I am also the God who allows you to grow in faith, character, and resilience. I want you to learn that victory is not achieved by human might alone. If you disregard my counsel or abandon faith, you open the door to chaos and defeat. But if you continue steadfast with me, you will journey far, becoming a blessing for countless souls. Your family will also taste my goodness and come to walk in humility and wisdom. I long to see you flourish in every arena of life, but always in partnership with me. Place your hand in mine. You are ready to ascend to new heights of spiritual understanding, where transformation occurs and lives are redeemed. There is so much beauty and purpose yet to be revealed. Even as we speak, foundations are being laid for your household to stand on solid ground. Your lineage will come to know me, to serve me, and to shine my light in the world. To each generation, I give talents, aptitudes, and a burning desire to develop them. Dream beyond the limitations you see right now. Step out of the confines of your past and imagine a reality infused with my supernatural intervention. You are not destined to cycle endlessly between debts or emotional turmoil. You're my beloved child, destined to ascend in victory and spiritual abundance. Let that sink deep into your heart. I will build your faith so you can manage the blessings I'm about to release. You have always needed me, even when you hesitated to admit it. Let your prayers be honest. Do not hide behind politeness or pretense, telling me you feel fine when your heart is heavy with worry. I know every unspoken fear and every wound that has never healed. I see the offenses that caused you to withdraw, the disappointments that left scars in your heart. You cannot fool me, nor do you need to. I will never turn you away because of your pain or your truth. My unconditional love covers all your frailties, embracing you the way you are and guiding you to become the masterpiece I originally intended. First and foremost, remember, you are loved. You are cherished with an everlasting devotion that does not hinge on your performance or your missteps. My grace is big enough to envelop all your shame, all your guilt, all your regrets. Let this reality take root in your soul so you no longer carry the weight of condemnation. Breathe in the freedom that comes from knowing you do not have to earn my acceptance. That is the kind of security that transforms hearts and breaks chains of bondage. Allow it to do its work in you. I'm training you to walk as a royal heir, not in arrogance, but in compassion for those who are also suffering. I want you to be attuned to the silent cries of those around you. When someone close to you is on the verge of giving up, I want you to speak words of life and encouragement, just as I do for you today. Be my voice of hope for those drowning in despair. Extend your hands to heal, to comfort, and to restore dignity. Let your smile rekindle dead dreams. When you see someone crushed under the weight of life's burdens, do not remain silent. Speak my promises, proclaim my truths, reflect my love, for you carry the imprint of my spirit within you. In a world filled with various philosophies and teachings, confusion can easily arise. That is why I provide you with a reliable compass, my written word. Open the scriptures and meditate on them. Let them become a lamp to your feet, illuminating your path with wisdom. There you will find direction for every decision, comfort for every sorrow, and insight for every mystery. Be wary of fleeting trends and superficial vanities. Do not parade my blessings merely for show. Cultivate gratitude and keep your spirit humble, always remembering the giver. My word remains constant, a firm anchor in shifting tides. Nothing can erode its truth. No matter how the world changes around you, my word will never fail. I understand the complexity of abiding by my commandments in a world that often glorifies the opposite. You will face temptations that test your resolve, endure moments of weakness that make you question your progress. But you have my Holy Spirit dwelling within you. My Spirit empowers you to overcome adversity, to stand strong in the face of trials, and to reflect my character. When you stumble, my grace picks you up. When you are discouraged, my light shines a path forward. Let my hope be the constant companion of your heart. Do not lose sight of the eternal glory that awaits you. This life has troubles, but none of them compare to the radiant majesty set before you. One day you will understand with perfect clarity, how each struggle refined your faith and shaped your character. You are never alone, not even for a second. My presence surrounds you in every place, transcending the limitations of your senses. I am actively working to orchestrate good from all circumstances, weaving a tapestry of redemption. Keep trusting, keep believing, keep seeking. Heaven celebrates your resilience and your steps of faith. Your tears do not go unnoticed, for I collect them, turning them into a harvest of joy. Thank you for opening your heart to my voice. I notice your growth, your perseverance, your willingness to hold on to hope. Breathe in this holy encouragement. Let it strengthen your bones and enliven your soul. Remember that I have equipped you to overcome anything that tries to derail your journey. I empower you to dismantle the negative thought patterns that once controlled you. You have the authority to resist the impulses that lead you astray, the bitterness that gnaws at your spirit. My spirit at work in you is greater than all the darkness that surrounds you. Declare my truth daily. Let my words resonate in your mind and resonate on your lips. Look forward with anticipation, for extraordinary breakthroughs are on the horizon. Keep your spirit alert, your faith unwavering. Focus not on the mountains, but on the one who can move mountains. Refuse to let your emotions be dominated by the chaos around you. Take control of your mind, guarding it with my promises. Discipline your thoughts to dwell on that which is pure, lovely, and full of hope. Negative influences will inevitably try to infiltrate, but you have the power to reject them. Resist the temptation to give your heart over to worry. Instead, anchor your soul in my perfect peace, which surpasses all understanding. This is the season for you to put away excuses and take hold of the strength I have already poured into you. When you feel alone, remember that you are encompassed by my presence. When you feel unworthy, remember that I chose you and called you by name. When you feel overwhelmed, recall that my joy is your strength, and my grace is all sufficient. Keep your eyes on me, not on the shifting circumstances or the disheartening voices that try to persuade you otherwise. You will see doors open that you never imagined. Embrace them confidently, for I do not lead you astray. Every closed door, every detour, is part of a grander design that leads you to the best outcomes. The battles in the spiritual realm are real, but so is my invincible power. Even if you cannot see them, countless enemies stand ready to snatch away your joy, your peace, your purpose. But I have trained your hands for war in a spiritual sense, giving you the authority to rebuke the forces that try to deceive or oppress you. Accept wise counsel from those I place in your life, for I often speak through brothers and sisters who have walked a similar path. Embrace humility and be open to correction that aligns with my word. Dedicate time to prayer, because prayer is the lifeline that keeps your soul connected to mine. In stillness, you will hear my voice speaking solutions you never could have imagined on your own. Yes, I could remove every obstacle in the blink of an eye, but I also desire that you learn endurance, that you discover how strong you are when standing in my power. You do not fight alone. Whenever you falter, my hand is there to lift you. Whenever you despair, my spirit breathes renewed passion into your heart. Know that you have a role to play in this relationship. You have the responsibility to cling to faith, to reject the lies of the enemy, to nurture a heart of worship. Remember that you are not just a recipient of blessings. You are also a vessel through which my presence flows to others. Your influence matters. Your testimony matters. Your journey to victory will serve as a beacon, guiding others out of the darkness. Never doubt that I intend to enlarge your territory. For my glory and for the benefit of countless souls, I will raise you higher. But do not forget that pride precedes a fall. Stay humble, recognizing that every gift, every talent, every triumph comes from my hand. Let your gratitude be the posture of your heart. Let your actions reflect compassion, fairness, and integrity. As you walk with me, your perspective will shift. You will see that every trial has a purpose, every triumph a testimony, every valley an invitation to encounter me more deeply. You will understand that I waste nothing, all of it, every tear, every laugh, every disappointment, every achievement, becomes part of a grand narrative of redemption. My dear child, relinquish the burdens you have carried for too long. They are no longer yours to bear. Cast them upon me. Resist the urge to return to the places of sorrow that once ensnared you. You are free now. The chains have been broken. The name of Jesus is the declaration of your liberty. Let no one trap you again in condemnation. If voices try to resurface your past failures, speak boldly. My God has forgiven me, and I refuse to live in that place anymore. If some do not understand your transformation, leave them to me. Not everyone will celebrate your progress. Some may question or criticize, but your calling is to remain steadfast in my truth, continuously pressing forward. Observe how a fresh wind of courage begins to fill your lungs right now. Each breath becomes a reminder that I am alive in you, that I equip you daily for the battles you face. Remember, your pain starts to fade the moment you hear my voice. When you incline your ear to me, you silence the chaos of the world. I am preparing a path of love for you, one that is radiant with my blessing. My desire is that you walk free from endless struggle, that your soul knows the peace that surpasses every storm. Let your heart gravitate toward that peace. Even if conflicts swirl around you, I am your strong tower. Those who seek to harm you will not succeed, for I protect my children. Betrayers or accusers cannot stand against the shield of my favor. Keep your heart anchored in me, for I alone can keep you from falling. Do not allow sadness or fear to take root in your heart. Each day, place your trust in my providence. Resist the illusions of defeat, for I have called you to conquer. If your mind drifts toward anger, remember that I've given you the capacity for self-control. Turn your focus back to me. Set your eyes on the great things I have in store. Your problems, though they may appear formidable, are nothing compared to my limitless power. Stand, then, in courage. Affirm that I am with you, working in unseen ways to bring resolution to every challenge. This is the hour to arise, to stand on the promise that those who trust in me receive new strength, that they will run and not grow weary, walk and not faint. Even when news arrives that tries to stir panic, do not allow your heart to be overwhelmed. Ground your thoughts in the security of my word, not in the negativity of the world. I have not called you to fear or to be swayed by manipulative voices. I am your good shepherd, leading you away from the pitfalls of deceit. If you need clarity or wisdom, turn to me. Ask, and you shall receive. There is no reason to compromise your integrity or rely on unholy alliances for a breakthrough. Seek my face, and I will show you the strategies from heaven to overcome. Listen for the gentle nudges of my spirit. Sometimes I speak through a quiet prompt in your heart, sometimes through the counsel of a faithful friend, and sometimes through the circumstances themselves. Be attentive, because I am always speaking. Know that my plans for you surpass anything you could devise on your own, yet I cherish your dreams. I applaud your enthusiasm and your passion for life. Do not let discouragement quell the creative spark inside you. Fan into flame the gifts I've entrusted to you. Keep believing. Keep daring to attempt new endeavors. My blessings are not limited. You need not worry that I will fail you. Delight in every step you take with me. Each one is precious. Each day a testament to my sustaining love. Allow tears of relief and gratitude to flow as you begin to feel my peace saturate your soul. This is a turning point, a moment of renewal, a fresh start. Cast aside the cloak of sadness you once wore, and be clothed in the garment of joy I offer. Each evening, as you wind down and your mind replays the day's events, surrender to my love once again. Let me whisper words of reassurance that wash over you like a gentle breeze, reminding you that I never slumber nor sleep. Let my presence still the anxieties that threaten your rest. I am the keeper of your nights, the watcher over your dreams. I shield you from the arrows that fly by night, from the terrors that roam in darkness. Remember that I am your refuge, your strength, a very present help in times of trouble. And when morning comes, my mercies greet you anew, ready to provide the strength you need for another day. Right now, I'm unveiling solutions to dilemmas you have wrestled with for far too long. Be ready to receive my revelation. Yet understand that I often prepare your heart before I reveal my plan. Sometimes, you must pass through a refining fire, letting go of fear, insecurity, or false beliefs, so that you can fully embrace the blessing without letting it slip through your fingers. That is why I draw you nearer, so you can trust me wholeheartedly. Listen closely, for I am imparting wisdom that will bring clarity. This is my expression of love, guiding you to a place where you lack nothing of true worth. Observe how my words pierce the chains that once kept you bound. Already, you might sense an internal freedom unlike anything you have felt before. That is my power at work, a redeeming power that empties out sorrow and replaces it with unwavering peace. Lift your eyes and see that I am orchestrating a future dripping with grace. The nightmares that plagued you are losing their grip. Anxiety is losing its power. Accept the liberation that only I can give. There is no need to remain locked in the prison of worry. You have people who love you, responsibilities that matter, a testimony that can inspire others. Fight for what is good. Fight for your own heart to stay pure. And fight to keep faith in the promises I have laid out for you. Also, never forget the vow you made when you pleaded for life in the midst of despair. You begged me for a second chance, and I answered. Despite new trials, that same sustaining grace is available now, urging you not to abandon what you have already gained. Blessings given should not be tossed aside. Cherished relationships, even if they have caused you pain, deserve careful discernment and a renewed perspective. I will give you the patience and wisdom to navigate complex dynamics. I never desire you to remain in harmful situations or to endure abuse, but I do want you to show grace and mercy where possible. Keep your dignity intact and trust me to protect you from harm. If you must leave a toxic environment, do so knowing I will open doors of safety and provision. My will is for you to flourish, not to be a victim of destruction. Come to me, bowing your heart, when the tumult of life overwhelms you. In the quiet place of prayer, you will realize that I am near. Present your burdens without shame. Pour out your raw emotions, your raw pain. I will never be startled by your honesty. Indeed, I welcome it. This is where true healing begins, where authenticity meets divine compassion. On days when you have no words left, simply sit in silence, acknowledging that I am God and that you are safe in my presence. Feel my arms encircle you, giving you permission to breathe, to pause, to mend. I have witnessed every valley you have crossed. I have felt every tremor of your heart. Even when you believed you could not endure another day, my hand was beneath you, preventing you from collapsing. Do not hide your tears or consider them a sign of weakness. I transform tears into rivers of blessing that water the seeds of your future harvest. In your vulnerability, I reveal my strength. In your emptiness, I pour out my fullness. Indeed, I am the remedy for all that ails you, the friend who never forsakes, the Father whose love never wanes. Let me fill your mind with my love, so that all earthly troubles pale in comparison to the depth of our relationship. Rest assured that you hold a special place in my heart. I will never forget or abandon you, for you are etched into the palm of my hand. Give yourself permission to feel my presence saturate your soul, granting you a serenity beyond logic. I hold you firmly and promise never to let you slip away. When others question where I am in your struggle, respond that I am as close as the air you breathe. Even in their disbelief, your faith stands as a radiant testimony to my faithfulness. Take a moment now, release the distractions that clamor for your attention, and reflect on the internal stirring you sense. How do you feel? Where does your heart need healing? Let me cradle your burdens, dissolving them under the warmth of my love. Stay here in my comforting embrace, absorbing every word that pours from my heart to yours. I have a powerful reason for this conversation. I love you more than you can fathom, and I want you to walk in freedom, not entangled by the chains that once bound you. All my promises find their yes and amen in me. They do not waver based on circumstances or setbacks. I have a divine timetable tailored specifically for you. Stay close to me so you can discern my timing, for it is always perfect. When you sense that I am prompting you to act, do so with courage. Step forward in faith. If ever you hesitate out of fear, recall that I have pledged to walk with you. My spirit will be your counselor, directing your steps. My word will be your lamp, illuminating the path. Yes, you will face adversity, but you will not be crushed. You will be challenged, but never defeated. For I, the Lord, hold your destiny. You wonder about tomorrow, but I say to you that your tomorrow is secure in my hands. The illusions of this world can tempt you to believe otherwise, but they cannot override my sovereignty. Focus on the tasks of today, fulfilling them with excellence and joy, trusting that I have woven tomorrow with grace and opportunity. When storms arise and the thunder of doubt roars, cling to me. I am your lifeboat, ensuring you will not be consumed by the waves. My love is greater than any trial, and my steadfastness remains unbroken. Through every twist and turn, I remain the same, your reliable rock, your fortress, your safe place. When you awaken each new day, greet me with expectancy. Whisper your gratitude for yet another sunrise. Lift your voice in praise, and let your lips overflow with thanksgiving for the wonders I have already performed. Know that your pleas and your worship do not return void. Each prayer is like a seed planted in fertile soil, and in due time, fruit will spring forth. You may not see it yet, but do not lose faith. I work tirelessly behind the scenes, orchestrating events in ways that will amaze you. Watch for my hand in both the grand and the subtle moments, for I am in them all. Your destiny is not determined by the whims of men or the malicious intentions of your adversaries. It is secure in my decree. Those who have tried to intimidate you with curses or threats do not hold true power. Their words fall empty at your feet, for you bear my authority. Keep your eyes fixed on my love and let no one manipulate or coerce you away from your inheritance. If you find yourself in an environment of manipulation, seek my guidance, and I will rescue you from deception. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Use these gifts to discern truth from falsehood. Keep working diligently with your hands, using the talents and intellect I have placed in you. Whether you labor in an office, serve in a ministry, or care for loved ones, do it all unto me. Remember to place your family and spiritual life at the forefront. They must never be sacrificed on the altar of worldly achievement. Material success means little if you lose the relationships that matter most. Let your home be a haven, a sanctuary where my peace dwells. Let your decisions be shaped by my priorities rather than society's fleeting trends. Seek my presence daily, be it in the quiet of dawn or the hush of midnight. Allow my words to overshadow every worry, creating a shield of hope that no negativity can penetrate. Do not stray from the path I illuminate for you. Resist the allure of quick fixes and unholy shortcuts. Do not be swayed by the world's enticements or by those who boast of empty wonders. When confusion threatens, stand on my word, which never fails. Let your spirit remember this voice, this gentle whisper of reassurance. I speak to you now with love and clarity, urging you to remain steadfast, to keep your feet firmly planted in my truth. Should you hear mocking voices or meet resistance from those who doubt my power, do not shrink back. Rather, let your faith shine brighter, revealing my nature to a world in desperate need of redemption. Continue to love and serve me wholeheartedly. In doing so, you will discover a wellspring of wisdom. Return to me each day, ready to receive instruction, peace, and renewed vigor. As you grow in my presence, you will find an inner stillness that keeps you steady, no matter the chaos swirling around you. In my arms, you will learn to respond to hostility with patience and to deception with discernment. You will not need to raise your voice in anger or resort to violence. The truth will be your greatest defense, and humility your greatest ally. When your problems seem insurmountable, bring them to me in prayer, not to people who may manipulate you. The secrets of your heart are safe with me. I will never exploit your vulnerability. Instead, I will pour in the healing balm of my unfailing love, forging a deeper bond between us. Allow me to erase the tension, sorrow, and guilt that weigh on your soul. Step into the abundant life I have prepared, a life of joy, wholeness, and significance. Let your lips be filled with laughter, your eyes with wonder, and your spirit with the confidence of one who knows you are utterly adored by your Creator. I am the key to every locked door, the answer to every perplexing question. My word is a map that leads you to your heart's true desire, a life that honors me and satisfies you in ways the world can never replicate. No one has authority over your future. No mortal can sabotage the blessings I have ordained. Your destiny is anchored in my eternal plan. It is time to trust me without reservations, relinquishing every last remnant of despair. The transformation you seek begins deep within you as you absorb these promises that bring miracles to pass. They bring healing to your body, peace to your mind, and restoration to your relationships. They stand as irrefutable evidence of my boundless affection for you. The longing you sense in your heart is the cry of your spirit for deeper intimacy with me. Allow me to fill that void with hope that endures and love that conquers every fear. The storms will cease, the anguish will retreat. I encourage you. Remain steadfast in the knowledge that I am always at work on your behalf. Let your faith anchor you to my goodness, for I will never disappoint you. Remember that you have a divine assignment, a calling that surpasses mere survival. You exist to reflect my nature, to be a carrier of my light in places gripped by darkness. Therefore, set your thoughts on heavenly truths, not on temporary troubles. Cast all your burdens at my feet, refusing to dwell in dread. I see beyond the immediate. I am the master weaver, taking every thread of your life and creating a tapestry that exalts my name and blesses you immeasurably. Embrace the reality that fear no longer has dominion. The threat of defeat falls powerless. You have family and friends who cherish you, souls who look up to you, even if silently. For their sake and for your own, press on. But above all, remember your relationship with me, the quiet vow you made in your darkest hour. You pleaded for hope, and I responded with mercy. I sustained you then, and I will sustain you now. No matter how fierce the tempest, no matter how long the night, my grace shines brighter. Do not dismiss the progress you have made, the blessings you have accumulated. Let your heart remain open so you can properly weigh decisions and discern my leading in every matter. Yes, there will be those who betray your trust or question your devotion. Offer them an opportunity for reconciliation if they have a willing heart, but do not permit repeated harm. Your worth is far too high in my eyes to languish in toxic environments. Step forward with courage, for I will guide you toward safe pastures where your spirit can thrive, your gifts can blossom, and your testimony can inspire. I will restore the time you thought was wasted and multiply the hope you believed was lost. If you must weep, know that every tear is precious to me. Even silent sobs do not go unnoticed in heaven. In your emptiness, I pour my fullness. In your questioning, I reveal my wisdom. In your trembling, I fortify your resolve. And in your praying, I speak words of life that dispel every lie. Never assume I will chastise your honest cries. My compassion runs too deep for that. I simply wish to remind you that you do not stand alone. I journey with you, step by challenging step. In the hush of prayer, there is a sacred interchange. Your vulnerabilities become windows through which my grace enters. You discover that being still in my presence infuses you with renewed courage. You do not need to impress me or earn my favor. Simply come as you are, exhausted, hopeful, broken, or resolute, and let me meet you in that place. Quiet your racing thoughts, hush your frantic fears. Learn from my gentleness and humility, for I do not impose heavy burdens. My yoke is kind, and my load is manageable. I specialize in healing hearts that the world has battered. I have accounted for every trial, every tear, every question, every shattered piece of your life. I gather each shard and fit them into a mosaic more splendid than you can imagine. The chapters of your past do not define you. They become part of a testimony that declares my power to redeem even the most hopeless situations. You have every reason to anticipate a bright future, for I am He who makes a path in the wilderness, who causes streams to flow in barren lands. Indeed, your life shall blossom in ways you never thought possible. Hold fast to the truth that I, your loving Father, am the author of your story. No matter how many twists or heartbreaks, I remain faithful. The final pages will declare my goodness. Others will see the evidence of my hand upon your life and marvel at what I have done. Keep your faith alive through every season. Times of celebration, times of struggle, times of stillness. Let my promise fuel your perseverance. Stand unwavering, a witness of my grace to a watching world. The fruit of your endurance will be sweet beyond measure. I urge you to step fully into your identity as my child, to recognize that your words hold power. Speak life into your circumstances. Command the mountains of despair to move, and they will yield. Proclaim that you are forgiven, redeemed, and divinely empowered. Silence the echoes of negativity, replacing them with declarations of hope. The storms may rage, but you stand on the eternal rock of my presence. The wind may howl, but you have my unbreakable shelter. Adversaries will try to shake your confidence, but I assure you, they will not prevail against you, for I hold your destiny securely. I love you with an everlasting love. Let that be your anchor. Let that be the truth you hold tightly when your own strength wanes. Let that be the promise you cling to when the world grows loud with discouragement. I am the one who formed you in the quiet place, who saw the wonders of your unformed being. I have charted every day of your life and have left no detail to chance. In my eyes, you are precious and irreplaceable. Hold this close to your heart, letting it shape how you see yourself and how you walk in this world. Now, my precious child, as you finish receiving these words, take a deep breath. Inhale, my peace. Exhale every lingering fear. You have listened to my voice with humility and tenderness. You have allowed me to speak life into the depths of your soul. In the days and nights to come, return to these truths often. Let them echo in your spirit whenever you feel weak or face uncertainty. My words are a continual stream of rejuvenation, an oasis you can visit anytime your soul is weary. Walk ahead, guided by divine light. Let my blessings and miracles unfold before you like a vibrant tapestry. You will see my hand in the little details and the grand breakthroughs. You will marvel at how I knit every piece of your life together for good. Grief will transform into gratitude, mourning into dancing, doubt into unshakable conviction. The brokenness you once thought would define you will be the very canvas upon which my glory is revealed. This is the mystery of my love, turning darkness into dawn, ashes into beauty. Rise now with renewed vigor, keep my word close. Trust in my timing. Celebrate even the smallest victories, for they are milestones on your journey. Encourage those around you and watch as kindness and compassion transform the atmosphere wherever you go. Reflect my character in your daily living, being an ambassador of my grace. Know that my heart beats with affection for you, that I have chosen you as a vessel of blessings. Indeed, greater joys await you, surpassing any momentary hardship. I will be here tomorrow and every day, speaking again to your soul, wrapping my everlasting arms around you, breathing my divine breath into you. Listen for my voice. Seek my presence. Your pain dissolves the instant you cling to me. Your fears dissolve when you sense my nearness. I am shaping a horizon of endless love for you, for it is my will that you dwell continually in my victory. Even though adversity may arise, my favor will light your path like a radiant sunrise, proclaiming that a new day has come. Keep your focus on the grandeur of my plan and allow your heart to overflow with worship. My child, take these words as a testament of my devotion and my eternal promise to stand by you, now and forever. Sit down beside me now, child of my heart, and let the gentle whisper of my voice wrap around your spirit. Breathe deeply of this holy calm that surrounds you, for I have come to stir your soul with hope and strength. I want you to know that every tear, every dream, every hidden longing that dwells in your heart has not escaped my notice. I remember the days of your innocence, when you were filled with bright wonder at the thought of growing older, exploring the world, and discovering all the beauty it contained. You dreamed of traveling far and wide, carrying laughter in your voice and joy in your soul. But as time passed, I saw that your smile began to fade, and there were moments when you felt too weighed down by expectations and burdens that never belonged to you. You have wondered why certain people who should have guided you, protected you, or carried you in times of need suddenly became distant. You have questioned whether you were somehow at fault for the pain you carry. But let me assure you, the fault is not yours. You only tried to survive in a world that did not always show you the compassion and comfort you deserved. I observed how those individuals turned away, washing their hands of responsibility they once claimed they would shoulder. I waited patiently, quietly fanning the spark of my light within you so that hopelessness would not consume you. I knew that even if the world rejected you, there was something in your spirit that pressed on. You felt a stirring that you could not fully explain, a silent assurance that whispered, "You will move forward. You will overcome. You are meant for more." The reason you have been spared the reason your life has not collapsed beneath the weight of your struggles, is that I have placed a seed of life in your heart. You are surrounded by my Spirit, even when you do not sense my presence. All the obstacles you have faced have been preparing you for this very moment, molding your character, polishing your strengths, and enlightening your mind so that you could arrive at a place of new beginnings. I see the determination in your soul, the desire to reach for more than what you have known. And with divine certainty, I speak into your heart. I believe in you. I believe in the dreams you carry, and I know you will not surrender easily. I know your tears, your prayers, and your perseverance, and I promise that nothing you have faced has been in vain. Look at how you have cried in the night, wrestled with fear and the trembling of your own heart, only to awaken in the morning under a fresh beam of hope. With every sunrise your resolve has grown, and I have stood by, calling out, "That is my beloved child. Arise and shine, for I am with you." The angels in heaven watch your life with anticipation, ready to lift your arms when you feel faint and to guard you against pitfalls that threaten to derail your path. Because you have asked for my help, I have poured out revelations that go beyond human wisdom. I have strengthened your spirit and awakened in you the resilience to keep pressing forward. I have no desire other than to fulfill my promises of love and victory in your life, for I cannot deny my own word. What I speak, I will perform. You have shown that you are ready for greater depths of understanding. You have proven your maturity and the seriousness of your intentions. You may feel inadequate at times, but please know that I have equipped you with everything you need for the next step. Your path is unlike anyone else's, and you do not need to compare your progress or your blessings to those of others. You have your own dreams that I, myself, have placed in your heart. Nurture them, and do not waste your energy feeling envy or regret over someone else's journey. Whether other people's achievements are genuine or superficial, their stories do not invalidate your destiny. Keep your eyes on what I have called you to do. The seeds you have planted through diligence and love will not be forgotten, nor will they remain dormant, like scribbles on a dusty piece of paper. You did not come this far to retrace your steps back into defeat. I have brought you to this intersection of purpose, this moment that stands poised on the edge of new promises. You are here to conquer the domain of blessings I have in store for you. You have labored tirelessly and fought with a passion that refuses to accept failure. Because of that, I cannot help but bless you in ways beyond your current imagination. Yes, in a world where countless voices cry out over lack and scarcity, you shall sing a different song, one of gratitude and prosperity in me. While others complain that opportunities are drying up, I will open heaven's storehouses over your life and plant in your mind new ideas that flourish like a green pasture. You will see my love displayed in ways that make it impossible to return to the limitations of your former perspective. Once you experience my hand in your life, you will not want to live any other way. The notion of failure will lose its hold, for you will know that my presence is strong and unwavering. When storms arise, or the clouds cast shadows on your day, you will stand with new determination. You will rise with holy boldness and a resolute spirit, feeling the flow of divine inspiration coursing through your thoughts. Your arms will feel strong, your legs swift, and your mind teeming with positive visions. My spirit will guide you to take practical, brave steps. You will knock on doors you once feared. You will approach people in authority with confidence and calm, no longer troubled by intimidation. In that courage, hearts will open to you, and you will become a blessing to those who once seemed too distant or too mighty to reach. Yes, challenges still lie ahead. You may face trials that temporarily test your faith, but these trials do not define your conclusion. Everything that was lost, everything that was stripped away unjustly, will be restored to you in multiplied measure. The mindset that says, "I was born to lose," must be uprooted, for it is a lie that contradicts my word. You have been forged in my love, enveloped by my promises, which declare you a victor, not a failure. Therefore fear not the unknown or the uncertainty of tomorrow. I have pledged myself to you, to walk beside you in every season, to never abandon you. Stand up again with faith, for this is a new day filled with blessings, waiting to unfold. I have sent my word to dwell in your heart, so that you will always remember you are never alone. Even in this world saturated with affliction, my voice remains the anchor for your soul. I have assigned countless angels to guard your steps, to dismantle hidden dangers, to keep you from stumbling into darkness that would consume your destiny. If fear tries to re-emerge and cast its cold shadow over you, fix your gaze on me once more. Plant your feet in a stance of unwavering trust, reminding yourself, my God is faithful, and He has placed in me the spirit of a conqueror. Day by day, my love for you grows, even though I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. It is not that my love changes. Rather, your awareness of it becomes deeper. Your acceptance of it becomes more profound. Recall my sacrifice at the cross, which speaks volumes about my desire to rescue you from despair. I gave my very life to provide abundant life for you, so that you might walk in everlasting freedom, no longer bound by condemnation and fear. And because my love is inexhaustible, I will forever remain close, hearing your cries, comforting you, wrapping you in peace, and renewing your strength at every turn. I see your burdens, the strain in your mind, the tension in your soul. Come to me, and let me clothe you with peace that surpasses human understanding. Let me cradle you in my grace. I am intensely interested in your happiness and well-being, not because I desire to spoil you, but because I want you to carry joy as you fulfill your calling and touch the lives of others with compassion. Open your heart fully, sharing with me all that troubles you. You do not need to bear these weights alone, nor should you wait for human approval or solutions. I am your supply, your strong tower, the one who loves you beyond reason. I have placed my spirit within you, giving you power over your emotions and authority to say, I will not be defined by sorrow. I choose hope. I choose joy. Let go of the misguided belief that you must do everything by your own strength. Release into my hands every temptation, every sin, every shameful thought or pattern that tries to chain you. Allow me to be the guardian of your thoughts, the ruler of your passions. Turn away from those environments and people that consistently pull you into stress, conflict, or destructive habits. Do not step into the dwellings of your enemies, those who repeatedly entice you to do what goes against the light in your heart. Guard your inner being, for that is where your life is formed. Stand strong, and do not let anyone rob you of the joy that I have restored. I long for the place of highest honor in your life, in your decisions, in your everyday moments. Invite me into your plans, consult me before taking major steps, and listen closely for my direction. There are traps laid by thieves, illusions crafted by those who wish to exploit your trust. But if you walk hand in hand with me, you will avoid these pitfalls. I will impart wisdom daily, pouring out blessings upon you and your family. It's my desire that you prosper in all things, even as your soul prospers. As you give weight to my word and prayer, watch how your house becomes a haven of peace. I will guide you to bridle your tongue, so you do not speak words that cut or destroy, but rather words that heal, unify, and set free. I will teach you to step away from gossip and slander, to be discerning about what you believe, and to guard your heart from the seeds of bitterness others may try to plant. Be aware of the countless people who suffer in silent darkness. Their faces bear the marks of sadness, and their souls ache for some sign of hope. I want my glory to shine in you, that your very presence breathes encouragement into those who have lost their way. You are my precious child, handcrafted with unique gifts and talents. I fashioned you in my image, not so you would worry over tomorrow, but so you would trust in my perfect plan. My love for you has no conditions, and my purpose for you will unfold at the appointed time. I know how easily you slip into self-judgment, convinced that your mistakes disqualify you from my love. Do not lock yourself in a dark room, lamenting your shortcomings. I paid for your transgressions long before you even realized the depth of your need for forgiveness. So come to me boldly, with honesty, and believe that I will give you a fresh start. Do not fear that I will be angry or unapproachable. I have already opened the door of pardon through my sacrifice. I do not want you paralyzed by shame or consumed by regret. Give me your burdens and watch how swiftly I can turn your mourning into dancing, your weeping into laughter, your confusion into clarity. I am your best remedy, the medicine that heals the hidden wounds in your heart. My intentions toward you are entirely good. I am your sure refuge, the one who holds you steady when the storms of life rage against you. Let the words I speak saturate your being, freeing you from anxiety, guilt, and tormenting memories. Unshackle yourself from the notion that you must earn my favor by flawless behavior. My grace is sufficient. My mercy triumphs. My love is the bedrock upon which you stand. But do not keep this gift to yourself. As I continually show you kindness, extend kindness to those who cross your path. Show empathy to those whose hearts are breaking, whose eyes are searching for a glimpse of compassion. Reflect my grace in your words and actions, so that they may also find rest in me. Let love be the banner you carry, so that the lost and weary see in you the reflection of the God who cares. You may question whether this new life is truly accessible. Let me assure you, it is not only accessible, it is your inheritance. But you must decide to embrace it. Choose to open your heart fully. Choose to step away from toxic cycles and unhelpful influences. Let your spirit taste the sweet freedom I extend. Let your mind be renewed with the promise that you are cherished beyond measure, guarded by angelic hosts that watch over you day and night. When you feel attacked or alone, remember that I am your Father, your Redeemer, your closest friend who never withdraws his love. At times you struggle under the weight of personal relationships. Perhaps you worry about your children, about the decisions they make or the paths they wander down. You wonder if you could have done more, said more, or prevented them from straying. Do not let these anxieties rob you of my peace. You cannot control every aspect of their journey, nor were you meant to. Release them into my hands. Trust me enough to pray for them without succumbing to dread. I have etched their names upon my heart. Though you see them faltering or drifting, do not lose hope. If they have strayed, I will speak to them in the secret places of their souls. I have ways to reach them that you cannot imagine. When they make decisions that break your heart, keep your spirit calm and your faith strong. They too are part of my plan, and in my perfect timing, they will encounter me in ways that transform their lives. When you must speak truth to your children, do so without rage or condemnation. Your words can wound deeply or can act as a balm of healing. Look at how patiently I deal with you, how mercifully I treat your faults. Do likewise with the loved ones entrusted to your care. Yes, there will be errors, there will be tears, but in the same way that I reached you, my salvation will reach them. A day will come when their hearts soften and they come running back. carrying blessings in their arms that bring joy to your home and add years of peace to your life. Receive them with open doors and forgiving hearts, reflecting the mercy you have received from me. I love your tender heart, the simplicity of your faith when you approach me in prayer, when you close your eyes and whisper, "Father." I see you as a cherished child whose spirit yearns for the warmth of unconditional love. I delight in the sincerity you show, even when your voice trembles with confusion or sorrow. Let me fill you with my joy, for I am removing every residue of fear, every thought that tugs you into despair. When you stand again, know that you are valued, that you are cleansed, that you belong in my embrace, and that you do not walk alone. If you face conflicts in your day, remember that my divine love covers you the instant trouble arises. If sorrow tries to invade, you will feel my arms wrapping around your heart, lifting you above the waves. Others may wonder why you carry such a radiant hope, but it is my presence shining through. Even those who once meant you harm may back away, disarmed by your peace and the unwavering protection that surrounds you. Indeed, I have built a supernatural fortress around you. My angels are encamped, forming an invisible shield over your home. Trust that no matter where you go, I remain vigilant, ever ready to defend and provide for you. Many will marvel at the transformation in your life. They may ask, "How is it that you are no longer bowed down by worry and fear?" You can answer with confidence, "Because my Father holds me, because I have encountered His eternal love, and it has changed me forever." This love is not your imagination. It is as real as the air you breathe, more powerful than any material resource. My love gives you life. It stands as the greatest blessing I can bestow. You may continue to face the ridicule of certain people who doubt the sincerity of your faith. They might say you are chasing illusions, believing in a God you cannot see. But you, child, have tasted my reality, and you know the truth. I am more real than any tangible thing in this world. I watch over you with eyes that never sleep, ears that never tire of hearing your voice. You are my beloved, free to walk with confidence as a son or daughter of the Almighty, clothed in an inner radiance that testifies of my glory. If you falter, if weariness and confusion attempt to cloud your mind, rise up again and speak my promises aloud. Remind yourself that you are forged in strength, that you are a champion in faith, that no weapon formed against you can prosper. You're not an aimless wanderer. You're marked by my spirit, set apart to live a life of supernatural joy, not an existence of perpetual defeat. There will always be adversity, yet I have endowed you with resilience. Whenever you feel your spirit wavering, remember the power of kneeling before me. When your knees touch the ground, my mighty armies move. My spirit breaks strongholds and cuts through darkness. The spiritual enemies who once intimidated you see the light of my glory around you and flee, knowing they cannot overcome the one who stands with you. I speak to you now, champion of mine, so that your heart may be fortified. Keep these words close, and when doubt tries to creep in, raise your arms again to heaven and proclaim, I am eternally loved by my divine Father. Yes, declare that you are healed and free, that you walk in wisdom and prudence, possessing the loyalty of a true spiritual warrior. Let these truths sink into the core of your being every morning, letting them take root as you immerse yourself in my word. You do not need to beg for human attention or validation. You have my undying affection. I have many ways to show my love, even in the smallest details of your life. When you question your worth, recall that my Son died and rose again to prove how much I treasure you. Do not linger in self-doubt. Embrace the reality that you are precious to me, that you are forgiven, that your life is already covered in my mercy. It is true, that you have stumbled in the past, that there have been instances where your decisions led to hardship and pain. Yet my invitation has never changed. Come to me. Let me wash away your guilt. Let me replace your regrets with hope. Stop punishing yourself for errors you cannot undo. Instead, learn from them, allowing that learning to shape a new perspective. You are growing each day, becoming wiser, discovering that faith is not an illusion, but a tangible link to my power. Trust in that power, for it is the greatest force in the universe, stronger than any obstacle that tries to block your path. Let your faith flourish like a seed, watered by my promises. That seed is small, perhaps, but from it will spring forth miracles that transform your life. No one else can give you the gift I offer, my boundless forgiveness, wrapped in sacrificial love. As you trust me, your heart will find rest. You do not have to remain a prisoner of your past. I hold out a future brimming with possibilities. When you accept my love wholeheartedly, shackles that once weighed down your soul will fall away. I'm aware of every detail of your life, every anxiety and desire that visits your thoughts. I watch over you with constant devotion, protecting you while you sleep, speaking words of wisdom as you wake. I am so attuned to you that when you groan in despair, my compassion is stirred. As soon as you whisper, "God, where are you?" I respond by drawing near. Sometimes you do not hear me right away because your mind is entangled in worry. But be certain, I'm always with you, orchestrating solutions, smoothing rough paths, bringing adversaries to surrender. You may not yet be able to perceive the fullness of my work behind the scenes, but if you cling to faith, you will see that no situation is beyond my ability to redeem. Sit with me, child of my heart. Let me introduce you to the peace that surpasses all human understanding. My love is perfect, and it casts out fear. I will keep reminding you day after day that I created you not to be defeated or disheartened, but to walk triumphantly. Some around you may call you a failure, may ridicule your aspirations, but their words hold no power against the authority of my blessing. Their opinions do not define you. My word does. Their skepticism cannot undo the promise I have decreed over your life. My will is to see you rise, to let your gifts shine, to fulfill the calling I placed within you from the start. No negativity, no malicious gossip can permanently harm you unless you allow it to enter your heart. Shield yourself with the certainty of my acceptance. Know that I clothe you in righteousness, that I see you through the lens of compassion. My desire is to banish those thoughts that trap you in cycles of guilt or shame. Lay them at my feet and leave them there. Let my light shine on them until they vanish. In their place, I will give you confidence, creativity, and the conviction that you are set apart for my purposes. You have a long journey ahead, but do not dread it. Let your spirit be thrilled by the mysteries that wait for you along the road. There are divine surprises, precious relationships, and supernatural opportunities that will unfold in due time. Your story does not end with disappointment. I am writing chapters of redemption, weaving each thread of your life into a tapestry that proclaims my goodness. If you ever doubt, recall the times I rescued you from despair, how I parted the seas of impossibility, carried you over rivers of grief, and led you to green pastures of relief and growth. When you receive good news, rejoice and remember to thank me, for I am the source of every blessing. When you face adversity, stand firm and draw from the reservoir of strength I have deposited in your soul. You are neither helpless nor forsaken. You belong to me, and I place my favor upon you as a shield. Step forward with the assurance that you are loved and protected by the God of all creation. I know you have at times prayed desperately, longing for breakthroughs that seem delayed. You fear you are running out of time, worried that your efforts will not bear fruit. Please, trust my timing. All things fit together in my master plan, even those that appear to be working against you. I move mountains you are unaware of. I remove traps you cannot see. I thwart enemies who strategize against your progress. While you wonder if I am slow, I am meticulously aligning every piece for the perfect outcome. Your miracle will not be late. It will arrive precisely at the moment I have designated to showcase my power and love in your life. Learn patience. Keep your hope in me. Anxiety will only cloud your vision and steal your joy. Hold on to the gratitude that transforms your perspective. Speak praises, not complaints. Let edifying words grace your lips, for they release faith in the atmosphere. Focus on the glimmers of light you can already see. The people who care for you. The small victories that punctuate your days. The ways I continually show you my faithfulness. Let these realities anchor you so that you do not slip into bitterness or despair. If negativity arises, remember that your voice carries authority. Declare my promises in faith. Say with conviction, I can do all things through the one who strengthens me. I shall not be defeated. I urge you, whenever you begin your morning, come to me in prayer. Let your first thought be gratitude for the life I have lent you. In the hush of that early hour, my spirit will settle upon you with fresh insight. As you read my word, as you meditate on my presence, you will discover directions for the day ahead, words that uplift, warnings that protect, wisdom that illuminates. I will calm the storms within you, so you face the external storms without fear. I yearn for you to enjoy a future drenched in divine harmony and holy prosperity. I want your household free from the destructive emotions that breed conflict. That does not mean you will never confront adversity. Indeed, obstacles may still appear, but they will not overcome you. Stand your ground, refusing to let external pressures consume you internally. Remind yourself of my unwavering support, my promise that you will conquer with perseverance. You may see enemies come at you from all sides, people who scoff at your convictions or false friends who envy what they see in you. They may attempt to sway you from the course I have laid out for you. Let their ridicule pass by your ears unheeded. Keep your focus on my faithful covenant. My word has the final say, not the voices of cynics. There will always be those who feel threatened by your joy and success. The light in you may expose the darkness in them, yet do not shrink back. Reflect my grace without apology. They might parade around with false modesty, bragging about their self-righteousness or feigned perfection. But I see the truth of every heart. Rest assured, they cannot diminish the destiny I have reserved for you. The only way you can miss out is if you allow fear or resentment to sabotage your faith. When you notice your mind drifting toward negative thoughts, swiftly redirect your focus to my promises. Cling to the reality that you are the child of a living, powerful God. You have no need to fear those who magnify their own importance. Their power is fleeting, but mine is everlasting. I am not a figment of human imagination. I am the living God, majestic and awesome. I have already proved my love for you through my sacrifice, and I will continue to show you my might in every chapter of your story. Do not waste energy brooding over threats or fabrications. Cast them aside, for I am your defender, your shield, the one who ensures your safety. Not even the darkest nights or the fiercest spiritual battles can outmatch my relentless protection. Embrace my word now. Take in my blessings, believing every promise I have declared over you. I treasure you. I receive your prayers. I understand the private aches of your heart. I know the dreams you cradle, the regrets you bury, the longing that bubbles within you for transformation. I will not leave you with your hand extended, unanswered, and alone. I am not like others who made empty promises that left you wounded. My vow stands firm forever. I have witnessed the way you poured your faith into words from people who turned out to be insincere or manipulative. Your trust was mocked, your sincerity exploited. The betrayal stung so severely that you hesitated to believe my words of love. That is why I have come to you in dreams and impressions, coaxing your soul to awaken, to give me a chance. Even as you slept, tears of painful memories wet your pillow. But now, the sun rises over your life, and you begin to taste a renewed spark of faith. A possibility you feared was lost. Recognize that no one on this earth can rescue you as I can. Human help has its limits, but my mercy is without boundary. My affection is inexhaustible. My power is unstoppable. So do not remain on the ground, wounded by condemnation or overshadowed by regret. Stand up. The past cannot claim you. I have blotted out your sins and cast them away as far as the east is from the west. I remember them no more. I have an ocean of love reserved especially for you, enough to saturate your present and shape your tomorrow. From this day forth, your nightmares will melt into peaceful sleep, tinted with the brightness of hope. You will walk as though in lush, colorful gardens that I plant in your heart, brimming with fresh joy and promise. I only ask that you receive this newness of life. I am not here to promise empty riches that rot away. My blessings are living, nurturing your soul from the inside out. I offer you love, peace, wisdom, compassion, and a forgiveness so profound it erases every stain of guilt. Embrace the certainty that I am real, that my love is genuine and steadfast. Yes, there are lies and betrayals in this world, but there is also healing and redemption for those who trust in my word. Yes, there is suffering, but there is also profound hope in the hearts of those who accept my love. From this day forward, I desire that we walk together. Bring me your prayers. Tell me of your joys. Let me in on your sorrows. Watch as I answer you in ways that transform your life from the deepest level, the miracle you have pled for in silent nights. I will hand it to you at precisely the right time. My blessings are not illusions. They become tangible reality when you open your heart in faith, refusing to let doubt or negativity hijack your mind. When you declare my truths, do it with unwavering conviction. Proclaim that you can accomplish anything through my strength. Remind yourself that defeat is not your destiny. Let your chest swell with the divine assurance that I breathe into you. Each morning, set aside everything that distracts you and tune your heart to my voice. I want to pave your path with holy harmony and heavenly prosperity. I desire that your household remain free from bitterness, that unity reign in every room, that my love saturate every relationship. You will behold wonders as you keep your spirit tender, innocent, and open to my guidance. You will watch false friends who once laughed at you stumble in their arrogance, while you thrive in quiet humility. You will find blessing, yes, but you will also encounter opposition. It's part of walking the narrow road, shining my light in a world that often prefers darkness. Do not shrink from adversity. Understand that every challenge is an opportunity for your faith to bloom, for my power to manifest in you. Some will insult you, belittle you, or misinterpret your motives. Yet never forget this unshakable truth. You are my child, and no one can stand against the shield of my favor that encloses you. Let them boast of what they do not possess. Let them masquerade in an empty display of superficial holiness. Your identity is secure in me. I am not a fantasy you invented. I'm the living God who cradles your every breath. So do not let threats or deception pull you into despair. I stand firm beside you, ready to rescue you from every form of darkness, whether it be lack, danger, sickness, or spiritual attack. Take hold of my word as if you were gripping a life-saving rope in a storm-tossed sea. Put your trust in me. Dare to believe that I am listening, that I receive your praise, that I take pleasure in your honest cries for help. The heartbreak you have experienced in the past does not deter my plan for your future. When you wept over betrayals, I was there, storing up your tears, planning a redemption you could never have scripted alone. No matter how many times you felt life's promises break under your feet, no matter how many nights you doubted the sincerity of others, I remain the God who never fails. I see your pure heart, your readiness to trust again. I see how simple gestures, even from those who once wronged you, can still cause your heart to stir with a glimmer of hope. That tenderness is beautiful, but people often trampled it, bruising your willingness to believe. You pulled away from prayer, from worship, from my presence, thinking, if humans disappoint me, maybe God will too. But you cannot truly outrun me, child. I show up in your dreams, in gentle whispers, in the sunlight streaming through your window, in the verse you read at exactly the right moment. I watch your soul wander through shadows of yesterday's heartache, and I come with new mercies each morning. The warmth of my presence is steadily melting the frost of your past sorrow, so you wake to the realization that there is no one else who can rescue you like I can. My grace, my patience, my faithful affection is unending. My power stands ready to lift you from any mire of regret or confusion. Do not fear. Arise again. Your painful past is not inscribed in some book of doom. Your sins are forgiven, cast away forever, no longer relevant in my eyes. I offer you abundant love to replace your shame. I promise that from now on, your slumber will be sweet and radiant with the knowledge of my watchful care. Picture yourself strolling through vibrant gardens, blossoming with every color, representing the new possibilities I place before you. All I ask is for your heart and your allegiance. I do not need you to accumulate mountains of earthly possessions or achievements to earn my approval. The only wealth that truly matters is the treasure of love, peace, kindness, and humility that I pour into you. Yes, your material needs also matter to me, and I will supply them as you walk obediently in my ways. But more importantly, I want you to anchor your life in my reality, knowing I'm genuine, that my love is sincere, that I see beyond any facade. In this world, deception and betrayal abound, but so do truth and deliverance. Sickness, temptation, and disappointments exist, but I counter them with my healing, my redemption, my unstoppable grace. From today forward, let us journey together in unwavering communion. May you hear my voice as you pause from your daily tasks. May your faith be so alive that miracles burst forth, not as anomalies, but as an extension of our close relationship. Bring me your thoughts, your joys, your struggles. Confess that I am your source, that I alone hold the remedy for your wounded soul. In return, I will open floodgates of blessing in due season. I will prove that my word is never empty. I will uphold my promises, surprising you with how thoroughly my goodness saturates every crevice of your being. When you speak, let your words release hope rather than negativity. Let your lips proclaim my faithfulness, fueling your mind with courage. Let your heart remain childlike in anticipation, believing that through me, every giant falls, every ocean parts, every storm eventually calms. Stand on the fact that you belong to the King of Kings. You need not be anxious. You are guided by heavenly wisdom and protected by angelic hosts. This identity is not a fairy tale. It is the deepest reality. Child, my wish is not to remove all earthly difficulties. Trials are your stepping stones to maturity and unwavering faith. But I do guarantee that you will never endure them alone. I will be your refuge, when you feel exposed. I will fortify you against the cunning plots of the adversary. I will fill you with resilience when adversity hits. Open your eyes to see that you are encompassed by my presence, by a fiery legion of angels who stand guard at the borders of your life. Lean on my words in those moments when doubt tries to overshadow you. Speak them, sing them, pray them until your spirit is ablaze with fresh belief. Tell me again that you trust my heart. Shout it in your home. Scribble it in your journal. Whisper it through tears when you feel vulnerable. Nothing is impossible for my God. That statement, that truth, is a powerful anchor that can transform your perspective when the waves of uncertainty break against your soul. I have not sent my word to return empty. When I decree healing over your life, deliverance for your mind, freedom for your spirit, nothing can stand in my way. Though you may occasionally wrestle with thoughts that whisper, "Things will never change," remember, you are a child of the omnipotent God. Let your mind be renewed by this truth. You too carry a piece of my supernatural power. My Holy Spirit indwells you. The same Spirit that hovered over the waters at the dawn of creation, the same Spirit that raised my Son from the grave, now abides in your heart. Miracles will unfold when you choose to share kindness, to respond gently instead of lashing out, to extend forgiveness where the world offers bitterness. I am opening your eyes, expanding your horizon, and showing you wonders you once doubted were possible. Seek my word daily. Open your Bible and immerse yourself in my heartbeat. Tune your ears to the whispers of my spirit. You have open access to a supernatural realm where you are loved, guided, and directed by the one who fashioned galaxies. From sunrise to sunset, through joy and sorrow, I promise to be with you. But never forget, your spirit is knitted to mine, yet you still walk in a natural world. Conflicts arise, enemies plot, trouble brews. Yet none of these has the power to devour you, for my support surrounds you like a fortress. You carry my word in your heart. You stand with the might of a champion, and your faith is a force that dismantles strongholds. Rise up and confront your challenges with determination. My love for you is immeasurable, and I am reinforcing you even now. Declare once more with your lips, "Nothing is impossible for my God." Let that bold statement take root in your soul. How could I not bless someone like you, whose heart is open, whose spirit yearns to please me? My greatest longing is to give you eternal salvation, that you might live unafraid, fully aware that you are loved beyond measure. I want you to hold your head high in the face of adversity, to walk in the confidence that my victory on the cross paved a path of continual triumph for you. My resurrection power was released so that you could live a supernatural life, not confined to the fleeting illusions of this world. Everyone may experience loneliness, affliction, or rejection. But you are different. You have access to a spiritual inheritance that transcends all earthly limitations. If one day exhaustion threatens to disorient your emotions, stand firm. Lift your arms and proclaim to the heavens that you are my beloved, strong, and courageous. You are an overcomer, a champion among warriors. You do not stand alone, nor are you meant for an existence of depression and darkness. Step into my presence whenever your soul feels unsettled, for that is where you truly belong. When your knees touch the floor in prayer, my angelic armies draw their swords of light, shattering the works of darkness. Your spiritual enemies tremble at the display of my glory around you. They shriek from a distance, but fear to approach. Their threats, while loud, are empty. They lack the authority to harm you, my beloved fighter. I speak these truths not to flatter you, but to awaken the warrior within, to remind you of the unstoppable might that flows from my throne to your life. Hear me. This message is written to ignite a fire in your soul. Keep these words in your thoughts. Sing them in your heart. Lift your arms again and say, I am eternally loved by my wonderful Father, the Lord my God. I'm healed, I'm free, I'm wise, and I'm faithful. I have the prowess of a true conqueror. That is precisely how I want you to feel each morning. I want this faith to be deeply rooted in my promises. I am with you, child. You need no one else to affirm your worth. Do not beg for the attention or acceptance of those who only drain your spirit. I pursue every opportunity to reveal my love in the minor details of your day. When your eyes open to see it, gratitude will flow from you, removing doubt and shame. Please be patient with yourself. Remember that I understand you thoroughly. I have forgiven your past and remain committed to guiding you toward your most genuine self. Secure, hopeful, shining. Stop questioning your value. You are mine, and I did not come to repay you according to your sins. Your transgressions are cleansed, your record wiped clean. My righteousness sparkles upon you, even if it feels beyond your ability to grasp. I know that you have faltered, made poorly timed decisions, and grown frustrated when circumstances spiraled out of your control. But do not fear my wrath, because I have not shown up to punish or deny you my love. On the contrary, I am here to remove the shackles of guilt you have unwittingly placed on your own shoulders. I have seen how adversity has scarred your memories. At times, you brace yourself, worried you might repeat the same mistakes. But if you learn to rest in my arms, you will find yourself protected. If you cling to my hand, day and night, you will sense my guidance keeping you from falling into the same pitfalls. Yes, you might still slip occasionally, but I will be there to catch you, to steady your steps. Let your heart be calm, letting your faith blossom even if it feels small, like a tiny seed. Mighty wonders can spring from that tiny seed. Accept that you have grown through your errors, that your thinking is maturing, that you are learning humility and wisdom. Receive the greatest gift that only I can offer. My forgiveness, wrapped in my boundless love, paid for through a profound sacrifice. Be certain that you are cleansed and rest in that certainty. No more punishing yourself with regrets or lamenting what you cannot change. I hold in my hand something infinitely better for you. Believe me when I say this. Let me see that you accept my love and pardon. Show me you will come daily to soak in my word, to let it saturate your heart like healing rain. I know the details of your everyday life, the burdens that weigh on your soul, the longing in your spirit. I am keenly aware of when you weep from discouragement or when you wander through loneliness. In these moments, I hold you even tighter. You say to me, "My God, where are you?" And I whisper, "Right here." I orchestrate subtle signs and wonders to show you I am not a distant bystander. I watch over your every breath. I cannot speak more plainly to you yet because your heart still harbors certain defenses. But keep seeking me. Persist in prayer, for the day is coming when you will hear my voice with crystal clarity. Allow me to teach you who I am. Let me demonstrate a father's fierce, unwavering devotion to his child. I promise you will see that my declarations are not empty. I desire nothing but for you to remain stable, strong, savoring each new sunrise. That is why I continue to urge you through words of encouragement, through gentle corrections, through daily reminders. Each morning as dawn breaks, I stand ready to fill your spirit with renewed hope, planting seeds of comfort that will blossom into a garden of resilience. Your time is here. The moment has arrived for you to experience the victory I ordained for you from the beginning. Never, at any point, was it my will that you live in perpetual defeat. I have witnessed the biting remarks of those around you, how they made you feel unworthy. I have heard them label you a lost cause. But let them say what they will. Their careless words carry no ultimate authority. I hold your future in my hands. When you rest in my presence, negativity loses its power. I am your anchor, your hope. Today is the day those dark thoughts must be banished from your mind. Every whisper of powerlessness or self-doubt must yield to my truth. My holy word stands, shining like a beacon, renewing your courage, fueling your motivation. It revives your joy, filling your soul with the anticipation of new dreams and beautiful desires. I adore seeing that radiant smile appear on your face, that glimmer in your eyes that says, I believe again. In that very moment, you are experiencing my transforming presence. Your life is not ending. A new chapter is opening. Your path ahead is long, but it is overflowing with hidden surprises, kind-hearted people, and unexpected blessings. Respond to me. Tell me that you believe my words. Promise me that you will value yourself, that you will clasp my hand and refuse to let go. I pledge to you my everlasting love, my unchanging protection. No one can take this holy love away from you. I have extraordinary plans for you. Take my hand and walk with me step by step. This is not about speed, it is about consistency. Let your faith stand firm, unmoved by outward circumstances. When you are tempted to look sideways, keep your gaze forward, locked on my guidance. You will reach the place I have reserved for you, and it may arrive sooner than you expect. Do not be discouraged by the perception that days are dragging on. Recognize how much you have grown. You no longer live at the mercy of fleeting emotions. You walk by faith. I also long to breathe peace over your family. Let me clear the way so that they too can confront whatever comes without the paralyzing grip of fear. I do not promise that life will be easy. However, I do promise you constant companionship and the resources you need to rise above adversity. Embrace this truth. Your victory is assured by my own word. Let that knowledge fill you with confidence. Take hold of my holy promises that bring healing to your body, vigor to your mind, and fortitude to your heart. I will break the chains of sorrow and depression that have weighed you down. Any hopelessness that tries to nest in your thoughts, any deceptive friendship that lures you toward failure, I will remove if you surrender it into my hands. Stand in agreement with my love and watch how quickly I operate. Many choose to remain in the mud of self-destruction, chasing illusions of worldly power or fleeting riches. But you, my dear child, cling to my word. Reject the cunning lies of the devourer who attempts to distract you with empty promises and superficial displays. Let humility guard your soul, embracing a life of quiet trust in my provision. I promise you deeper peace, greater insight, a steadfast spirit that does not crumble under delay or disappointment. Speak to me in sincerity, my God. I believe in you. I trust you. I wait patiently for the miracle you have planned for me. Breathe in that tranquil assurance. Understand that you will soon hear the good news you have been longing for. I manifest my power in those who approach me with humility and transparency. When you give me your faith entirely, refusing to let unbelief or negativity sabotage your thoughts, you create the perfect environment for miracles to blossom. Let your words echo with faith. Say it boldly. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I will never be defeated. Feel a divine warmth expanding in your chest, as if my promise itself were settling into your heart. That sense of conviction is what I want you to live with perpetually. It will remind you of my unshakable faithfulness when trials come. In the stillness of morning, when you come to me with a surrendered heart, I will breathe new life into your spirit. Keep listening, for I have so many revelations to share with you about your life, your purpose, and my kingdom. Through it all, I wish for your household to be set free from all malice, from divisions that tear people apart. There is so much beauty I can unfold in your gentle, trusting heart. If you will continually submit yourself to me, yes, you will see with your own eyes how the illusions of those who mock you crumble. They may think themselves wise, but fail day after day. They may consider themselves wealthy and secure, but dwell in a pit of spiritual misery. All they can do is sneer and despise because they lack the light of my truth. Meanwhile, you will walk in my blessing. Opposition will rear its head wherever you go, but do not be frightened. Remember that those who posture with arrogance are often empty inside, stuffed with pride and sin while pretending moral perfection. You, on the other hand, are my beloved child, sealed and protected by my Spirit. Nothing can overpower you, for I'm the one who stands as your defender. You who trust in a God who is neither dead nor imaginary, but alive and ever majestic. Therefore, do not allow menacing words or falsehoods to tear you down. I am with you, delivering you from evil, from lack, from the threat of danger. Embrace my word. Take in my blessing. Proclaim your belief in me. Know that I hear your prayers and witness your struggles. I acknowledge the deep groan of your heart. My grace arrives swiftly, for I'm not indifferent to your cries. I will not leave you with an outstretched hand, waiting in vain. I am not like those who made hollow promises and betrayed you. My vows stand forever, anchored in my integrity. I've seen your gentle spirit, how easily you place your trust in others, only to be harmed by those motivated by self-interest or deceit. I realize how their hypocrisy shook your faith. Some talked about me, yet lived contrary to my ways, leaving you wondering if anyone truly follows me. But I have pursued you relentlessly, even into the private corners of your dreams, to earn just a sliver of your attention. I saw your tears soaking your pillow as you relived every heartbreak. My child, feel that morning sun rising over your life. Sense the awakening of hope as you realize that in the entire universe, only I carry the fullness of compassion, patience, forgiveness, and power to lift you from despair. You need not fear. Rise and walk free. Your painful past is not recorded against you. Your sins are forgiven, erased from my memory. I fill you with so much love that from this day on, your dreams will be sweet, threaded with rays of light. You will walk amidst fields of color, a tapestry of joy I have woven into your journey. All I ask is that you embrace the new life I offer. I'm not asking for grand achievements, just your heart and your loyalty. My gifts to you transcend the material. I offer abiding love, unwavering peace, wisdom that fosters life, and mercy that annihilates every transgression. Take them all, trust them, let them saturate your being until you overflow with confidence in my reality. Lies and betrayal may still prowl in this world, but I stand as your unchanging truth. Pain and desperation may visit, yet I provide a second chance to everyone who turns to me with sincerity. From this moment on, walk by my side. I hear you whenever you whisper my name. I love you unconditionally, unreservedly. And yes, that miracle you have prayed for, I will place it in your hands when it no longer poses a hindrance to your growth, but a testimony of my faithfulness. Keep your heart open. Watch how I transform your scars into badges of triumph. Nothing that has happened can stand in the way of my plan for your life. I have set a glorious future before you, brimming with hope. Trust in my unwavering love, for it endures forever. Even if days stretch long or nights feel cold, I am at work, orchestrating an outcome that mirrors the depth of my heart for you. I cannot fail you. I will never abandon you. You are far too precious to me. Therefore, breathe in my presence. Let my promises shape your outlook. With each sunrise, present your heart to me, letting me fill your spirit with power. As you do, negativity will lose its grip, and you will overflow with a joy that confounds those who look on. You will see that in my arms, you are enveloped in a love that surpasses every human label. Walk forward, child of mine, brimming with a renewed sense of purpose. This is your appointed season to flourish, and I, your God, stand ready to guide every step with unrelenting devotion and immeasurable grace. I love you now and forever. Let these words echo in your soul, anchoring you in the security of my perfect affection. Amen.